Yo, 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 skirty bag. What is up, brother? It's been 2 long weeks.
It has been the fattest of minutes, dude.
It has been. I feel like I
Uh,
haven't talked to you in forever.
I know.
Miss my
It's been,
friend.
it's been, dude. Pretty much since Super Bowl, the end of Super Bowl, I've been so busy, like with work and just like life stuff.
Yeah.
But starting to get into like the warmer weather and things are slowing down a little bit for me before we get into the wedding season and bachelor party season and all that. So, been a good point. These next few weeks should be nice and like kind of chill. I'm looking forward to that. Um,
The nice weather has been good. It's gonna get chilly this weekend up here. I don't know. I'm probably same by you. But it was nice as shit today. It was like in the 70s, and me, Timmy, and Owen were golfing tomorrow. We were thinking either Thursday or Friday because of Owen's schedule is how it works. Um, and we were like, all right, we'll go Friday. Like it's kind of just like easier, like going to the weekend instead of like playing Thursday and then working
having
Friday.
a day, yeah.
Yeah. But tomorrow's gonna be chilly, right? Like today was beautiful. It was like 70 degrees, sunny, like barely any wind. Tomorrow when we're on the course, it's gonna be like 48, 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh my god, dude, you're gonna be playing in a
Yeah,
fucking hurricane.
dude, seriously. And the last time I played, it was so windy. It was crazy. It was the same thing. It was crazy windy. Like, what the
um,
heck? I
dude,
gotta stop playing golf with Timmy.
isn't it mad annoying how like all week, Monday through Friday, like you'll have a beautiful week of weather, and then as soon as you hit the weekend or like have days off
You're
of
like,
work,
hell
it's
yeah,
like
let's go
shitty.
enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like
I
all right, weather's
see.
like fuck you.
I'm kind of like indifferent because at the same time, I'm hitting up me and Foy are gonna go snowboarding on Saturday. So like I'm cool, right? Like he sent me this screenshot of the mountain that we're going to. They posted on Facebook and they're like, "Yo, the weather's getting cold. We're gonna start making snow like Friday." So I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up."
You're what's the mountain you're hitting? Round Top.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go to Round Top.
Nice. That was where we met up with Foy the last time, right?
I believe
Last
so.
time we
Yeah,
went with him. Yeah,
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
a bad little mountain. Runs are
Nah,
pretty easy, but
yeah.
I
I
mean
wish
they
they were a
also
little bit
only
longer,
had
but like it
yeah
is
they
what it
only
is.
had two trails open the last time we were there, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be fun regardless. Dude, I haven't been out in a minute, and it's basically free for me at this point. It's like prepaid. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm bummed that I didn't have a chance to get up there and go, dude. I wanted to get it.
I still got 3 days left on my pass, so I'm like, all right, like go to Round Top, maybe I'll go to Jack Frost or something. But like,
Yeah,
dude, the weather just like wasn't conducive to snowboarding, so I wasn't really like feeling the snowboarding.
got to use it when you can, dude.
I know. I should have fucking. I should have just stayed at Waldo's longer, or like made sure that I went to two mountains where I could have used that pass at Waldo's.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I know we talk about this a lot and say this a lot, but we really need to plan like just like a 4 to 5 day trip out west where we can get a mountain house and just snowboard and get it all out of our system at once because going once or twice a year for me is not enough. Like it's such a tease. I have a beautiful snowboard and all this gear that I get to use once a year, and I'm just like, I
Yeah,
want
you
to
need
get
new
out there
bindings
more,
though. Your
dude.
shits are ass.
Yeah, my bindings are. That's going to be like going into next season. That's going to be my goal is to get new bindings where I can just crank them off because the ones I have now suck.
Yeah, but like, at the same time, it's like you live in the South, you barely snowboard, so is it really worth dropping
Right?
bills on bindings? You should, if your boots are compatible with them, you should get the step-in ones. They look sick.
Yeah, the step-in ones look sick, dude. I bet that's like so much easier than what I have to do now to get in and out of my board.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like the
Well, it's
way.
easier than what I have to do to get in and out of my board, and what I have to do is way easier than what you have to do. As is,
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, getting in and out of my board is like the hardest part of snowboarding for me.
I would say that's like for most people, but for you, like just even more so.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely gotten from. I mean, like the first time you and I snowboarded together was only like my second or third time ever snowboarding, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better as a snowboarder since then. So like, even
Yeah,
just like the fact that I have to like spend so much energy getting in and out of my board, and like, dude, I have to take my gloves off every time I want to like take my fucking foot out of my bindings. It's just it's too much.
yeah. Fuck all that noise, dude.
Yeah.
Looking
Um.
forward to it though. I mean, even if it is a small mountain and it probably won't be fully open because it's been too warm for the whole mountain to be snowy,
Right.
it's gonna be a good time regardless. Get together with Foy. Um, he asked me if I want to go out spend the night, so I might do that. Just go like out hit some bars by him probably. But fucking Wig hits us up. He's like, "Yeah, we have a box at the Union for the home opener on Saturday. I have one ticket left if
Ooh.
anybody wants to
As
go."
Saturday is in like this Saturday?
Yeah. But they have to be there at 6:30. They're trying to get like a sponsorship deal with the Union. So he sent me the contract the other day. It would be like they get season tickets, 4 season tickets, and then they also get like a bunch of sponsorship in and around the stadium, like for all their games and shit. And so I guess, and they also get invited to like a bunch of like networking events that they do with like local businesses and shit. So Wig's like, I think that's really where like we'll make our money back on the tickets, is like if we can, do like make good connections at these networking events.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, dude, we got to be there by 6:30. We're getting a tour of the stadium and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, dude, honestly, I was like, I would love to, but I don't want to make you guys look like fucking clowns if I show up late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like 6:30 is cutting it close because Round Top's kind of far.
Right. How do you even go about like getting that sort of deal like with a team like that? Like, do you just reach out to them and be like, "Hey, like this is what we're looking to do," or is it something you have to apply for? Or?
No, I mean, I'm sure they have like sales reps you can reach out to. They hit me up pretty regularly. They'll hit me up to try to sell me on season tickets or just like regular like single game tickets and shit like that. So I'm sure like you could just hit up a sales rep and be like, hey, looking to get like a season ticket sponsorship. Like what are you guys doing in this space?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Spread, it's like 50 G's.
Dude, I'm saying so when I was in San Diego, for the people that are listening, we went to a networking event at Petco Park. And it wasn't even like it was just at one of the vendors' networking receptions that was at the West Trade Show that I was working at. And dude, apparently to like rent that shit out, or even not even Petco Park, but like a bunch of venues around the area, it was like costing companies like $100,000 just for one night, just to host a reception. Dude, there was this one we went to like on the water, like in the bay in San Diego Bay, and it was our first night there. And it was just some random vendor. We're like, oh, we can just sign up for free since like we had badges that were like attendees or like employee attendance badges at the trade show. We got in for free. And one of the guys I was talking to that works for the company, he was like, yeah, dude, this cost us $100,000 just to rent it out for the night. Obviously, it was like open bar and like unlimited food and all that shit. But it was only like, dude, it was only like 3 hours long, and it was one night. $100,000 just for that. $100,000, bro.
100?
Shit's wild. I was like, good God, dude. And then we were at Petco Park, and I was like, dude, I wonder how much this costs. Like, we were on like the terrace level out in left field, like, and that was like a 4-hour event too. Open bar, all this food.
The first time I went to LA, I went there to visit friends that I met through Deloitte. They had like a big meeting, and it was either at, or there was the party afterwards was at LAFC Stadium. So I was like, fuck it, I work for Deloitte. I'm fucking rolling through.
Did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
How big is that stadium? Is it like the same size as like a typical MLS stadium, or is it bigger because it's like one of the newer, bigger teams?
It's bigger. Like,
is it bigger than the Union Stadium?
Yeah, definitely bigger than Union's. It's like I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to compare it to. Like, I don't know. You know what? It's probably like the stands are like the same size or bigger, like Wells Fargo Center.
Oh, okay.
Like they have like
That's still pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, they have like a full 2 sections of seats. I mean, like Union, they only have a 100 level. They don't even have a second, like an upper level.
Yeah. That's probably super fun for like being at games though, because it probably feels way more like intimate.
Yeah, that's why I'm pissed that the fucking MLS Cup was there. It should have been at Philly.
Yeah.
But the MLS is so fucking dumb.
Banked.
Super banked. Wow, Dreamy Eyes looks good.
It's very good.
I didn't have time for a doc today, dude. I was gonna put a doc today. What am I saying? I was gonna put a doc together yesterday, but then I got hit up at like 10 o'clock, and this manager, she was like, urgent ask, really need some help, and I was like, I bet, I got you.
Hey, we're the kings of going off the riff, dude. So if we don't have a
Big
doc,
facts.
that's fine.
Big facts.
We could riff all day.
We haven't talked in a minute, so there's so much shit that's happening.
There's a lot of shit to cover, yeah.
But yeah, dude. So my manager hits us up yesterday, and like, Granted, I worked from 9 a.m. until after midnight yesterday. I put in a long fucking shift, and I worked a solid hours today, and I would have worked longer if I wasn't like, all right, I gotta go record this podcast because fuck you
Yeah.
guys. But I low-key kind of fucking killed it, so like I'm cool with that. And this is like right before, what do you call that? The conversations start happening about promotion. Like our
Oh, yeah.
performance year ends at the end of February. It's like March like 3rd is like the last day of our performance year. That's like what we get graded on. And then our company's fiscal year end is May 30th. So new promotions and new salaries go into effect in June now. It used to be September, but they moved it up to June because of COVID, because that's when promotions are. So they do it like that. They just kept it like that now. So like I'm like, dude, not a bad time for me to fucking step
Ball
up and
out
be the
and-
man on something that I'm
right.
fucking good at, and I know like the standard of quality. It was basically like doing a tie out, right? So when you audit shit, you'll look at the financial statements and be like, okay, the financial statements say 100 milli, right? Show me how you get to 100 milli, and then company gives you a schedule, and then you'll say like, all right, word, all the underlying data adds up to 100 milli, disclosure's good, and an audit, like you've tested all of those numbers, so you're like, we're cool with those numbers, and those numbers add up to this number, so you're good. That's basically what a tie out is. So they want us to do it for their sustainability report that goes out Monday, but the guy that's in charge is not going to be working tomorrow. So we were supposed to be done last night, and we're like, well, that's
So it had to
fucking
be
impossible.
in by last night.
Yeah, it wasn't, but we were like 95% done, and now we're like, okay, well, we have all these things that you did wrong, or that there's certain things that we can't tie out, right?
Right.
So that's how that went. But like, I was like, yeah, dude, I got this easy fucking money. And there's another kid that kind of knew what he was doing, but like not really. And then there was 2 other girls that have never done a tie out before. One of them was in audit for like a day, has never done a tie out. She didn't even know what tick marks were, and that's like the third thing you learn when you're auditing is what tick marks are. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll teach you that too. But like working with straight novices and just like acting as like in a manager role to them pretty much.
That's dope, dude. It like when you do something like that, and you like, it sucks in the moment when you're like going through it, because you're like, fuck, like this is stressful and a lot of work. But then when you get it done and like you're past the part of like, like you did a good job, it's like the best feeling ever, dude.
Yeah.
Like you feel so accomplished, and just like you feel like productive and just like good about yourself.
Yeah, dude, and I felt like, recently I felt shitty about myself in this position, right? I was talking to this girl today that I'm working with. She's one of the one that's a novice. She has an environmental science background. She doesn't fucking audit, dude. That's not her thing. But it's her client, and they're not like, it's not a client that we do assurance for. Another company does their audit basically of their sustainability shit. So like we help them get net zero. Like that, like we help them like do things to get to net zero, improve their like greenhouse gas emission shit like that. So they're just like, hey, can you have your people tie this out? So she was like, all right, I'll lean in here because like needs to be done, and it's my client. And she was like, I felt like such a fucking person on the first day, and I think we're like the same level. And she's like, I felt like such a first timer, dude. Like I felt so dumb. And I was like, and she was like, I was like, don't you feel good now that like you did that? And dude, I pinged her this morning. She pinged me when she like first logged on to ask me a question. So then I was trying to find this fucking one thing, and I couldn't find it all yesterday. I'm struggling. Today, found it. Bang, let's go. Daddy's home, right? So I pinged her back, and I'm like, let's go, in all caps. And I was like, I just figured something out, and I'm hyped. So I had to share that excitement. And then she pings me like an hour later. She's like, Kenny, all caps, Kenny, I fucking did it. And I was like, let's go, dude. Let's go.
That's fire. What do you guys use to like your team communication? Like what software do you use?
So we started with Skype, right? And then we had Zoom when Zoom started, and Teams. And they're kind of, Skype was like OG, and then Zoom and Teams came in around the same time. And we use Teams primarily, like that's like what we organize ourselves on.
Yeah.
But like we're getting rid of Skype, and I got beef, bro. I got beef with getting rid of Skype.
Oh, you
No,
don't
I
want to
know.
get
I
rid of
love
Skype?
Skype. I love Skype. It's great. If I need your attention now, I'm pinging you. I get a little fucking when you get a ping from Skype, you get a little rectangle. Do you have Skype?
So we started using when I first started we used Slack. I don't know if you've heard of Slack.
I've heard of Slack. Yeah.
But that's not like for like video, like for video conferences we use Zoom, for messaging we use Slack, but like apparently everybody in our company and our CEO like wants everyone to be on one platform, so we've all switched over to Teams now, so we use Teams for everything, but like the social media team still uses Slack for like if I need to like send you a message or like ask you a question.
Like real quick, right?
Right, yeah.
That's how Skype was. If I need to send you something real quick, it pops up in your screen and then it flashes orange and you know that's somebody wants to talk to you. But
Right.
with Teams, dude, I don't think people understand. With Teams, it's like, first of all, I'm in fucking 40 teams, right? So I always have notifications coming in. We have 3 chats, right? Seniors and managers, seniors and staff, and then the peasants. That's the seniors. That's just seniors. So those are like our 3 chats, and people are always like asking questions in there that like aren't like super like just like broad questions, right? Like,
Right.
Hey, has anybody seen this before? Hey, does anybody know where I can get this fucking database? Something like that. And like people like it's always blowing up. There's always chats going in there. So before, people would like send me a message on Teams, like a private one-on-one message, and I don't see it because it just gets lumped in with all my other shit. And I already got the fucking 9 on my Teams icon down there that I got 9 fucking notifications, 9 plus, right? Because like there's just so many coming in from all different teams and from all different chats. And I'm like, it's not good if you need my attention right now. But if you ping me on Skype, it's going to pop up in my face. I'm going to hear it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to respond.
Right.
And so many people agree with me, but there's like a handful of people that hate Skype, and it's because you can call people directly from Skype, and sometimes that's like fucked up. But like, dude, for like the pinging and just like instantly getting somebody, like it's huge.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel with Slack and Teams, because Teams is exactly how you described it. Like, so many different chats going on, so many different teams and stuff like that. So like, you never know exactly like what it is you're gonna be like getting notified about. In Slack, it pops up little message bottom corner, and you're like, oh, I already know.
And like Teams does that too, but it's just not as like
friendly.
It's not in my face enough. That's the thing.
It's not as user friendly. I feel like
when I'm deep in my shit, like when I'm just like in the zone going, I don't even that Teams thing. It pops up so much, and like it doesn't pop out enough. The sound is not loud enough. Skype is obnoxious, bro. Hit me with it. Hit me with that obnoxious because I need it because
that'll get my attention.
Yeah. And if it's not important, then I'm just going to let it go. And if it's like a seniors and staff chat or just a seniors chat, sometimes like they have little like riffs and they'll just like keep going, right? And I'm like, all right, don't need this. Like I'm not fucking looking.
Yeah, before our trade show in San Diego, they started a Teams chat, and it was just called West 2023, and it had like Caresoft sent like 130 people to the show, so like everybody was in it, and it wasn't helpful for us because we're on the social media team, and when we go to these trade shows, like we don't have the same schedule of responsibility that everyone else has. Like we're not sitting there like generating leads or talking. We're literally there taking pictures of all of our vendors and just live tweeting. So like we're not really like doing the same shit. And everybody in that chat is just like the whole chat's blowing up the whole time about like where's this person, who's doing what, blah blah blah, and we're just like, I don't really need to be in this. So like my whole Microsoft Teams was just like blowing up for like 3 days.
No reason.
And also people were using that as like after the event would be like, oh, we're going out to this bar, like meet us here, blah blah blah. And I left on Thursday, but like the show wasn't over really technically until like people were still there like during Friday. So like I was still getting messages on Friday about people that were still there, and I was just like, oh
yeah,
this is a lot.
Yeah,
it's not really helping my productivity.
You could have just left.
I did. On Friday, I did. I was like, I don't need this anymore, and I just left it.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Because, you know, people still would have been hitting it up later.
Yeah.
Because it would be like, now they feel like they've got, like, this community that they can talk to about, like, shit. You know what I mean? So, like, broader questions they might throw in there and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, oh, my God. So, like, a little bit of a segue, but not really. We went to this bar in San Diego, and it was called Trailer Park Down Under or something like that, or it was like Trailer Park After Dark. That's what it was called. Dude,
Okay.
you would have fucking loved this place, bro.
Ooh.
You walk downstairs into like this basement type setting, and it's all like trailer park themed. Like the bar is just straight up like a trailer park. So they have like this little walk up window, and it was like a pop up camper where you could order food at. They had a bar. All of the seats at the bar were like shopping carts. They looked like shopping carts. So you're sitting in a shopping cart like at the bar. And then they
Not
had
bad.
like this other section where it was like all just like turf and like lawn chairs and like a trailer behind it and all this stuff. Dude, it was so cool. And they sold like, they had deals on like Bush Light, and it was like super like, just like redneck vibe. And it was awesome, dude. It was so much fun. We sat there for like
That's
3.5 hours. It was so cool.
That's like hippie redneck though. That's funny.
Yeah, it was hippie redneck. It was super hippie redneck, but it was like, it
Can
was
I
like
get
a
mad at
hippie's
them
take
for
on
appropriating my culture?
redneck. I mean, maybe in San Diego you might.
I think I could. I think I come in here and be like, hey,
Walk-
you're not a fucking real fucking redneck.
Walk in there with a mullet
I'm not
and
a
cut off
fucking,
jeans.
I'm not from a trailer park either. I'm gonna have to find somebody from a trailer park and get them
Yeah.
to get upset that they're appropriating their culture.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's definitely like levels of being a redneck. Like there's redneck, like I to a degree, I was a redneck,
trailer
dude.
park and redneck aren't necessarily the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like trailer park is like deep, like the deepest part of being like a redneck. Like it's not even
Well, that's
like
just
you said,
being
not
broke,
even the same.
dude.
Not even that, just like the culture of like being like outside and like you know you play like your lawnmower is like your toy.
Yeah, that's facts too. Why would
But
you even
this-
have a lawnmower though? They got like
this-
no grass.
That's
I guess
true.
you can't pay somebody to cut your shit because you're broke. You live in a fucking trailer. That's for rich people. Why do you think I fucking mow my shit? My
Right.
neighbor asked me when I first moved in. He's like, "Hey, use my card. I mow lawns. Blah blah blah." First of all, that dude doesn't even fucking own a tractor. He does not mow.
He's just out there with scissors.
And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm legit. I'm not making bread like that."
Yeah. Also,
I'll
even
be
if I
paying
was, I
someone.
would just cut my own grass.
Yeah, bro.
I enjoy cutting grass. I love mowing the lawn. I like can't wait to have a lawn to mow. That's how much I enjoy it.
I
If I
like
have
it when I'm riding. It's push mower. I got a small yard. I'm not quite at the riding mower stage yet.
Push mower's not bad though, dude, because like you can just be like, I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna get a workout in. Like I'll have a nice.
Look,
fresh
I'm gonna
cut
sit on the
lawn.
mower and sweat anyway, bro. I'm kind of thick, right? You put me in the sun, I'm sweating. Like that's just easy money. Let me sit there.
That's true, yeah. But like I said, like if you have a ride mower and a small lawn, it's not as fun because you're like, oh, I'm done in 10 minutes. Like you know what I mean? Like
And
when
you
you
gotta
push
fucking put
mow a
that bitch
nice
in
lawn,
reverse, so you gotta get all the fucking
yeah,
corners
you gotta be
and shit.
nice with it, dude. I actually have a
And then you
lawn
still
mowing
gotta
simulator,
hit the thing with the fucking.
weed whacker.
No, then you got to go around with the small mower because you couldn't quite get in the corner of the fence. So you're like, fuck, I got
Yeah.
a small yard.
And
Whereas
then if you're
growing up,
fancy,
the
you gotta
corner of
edge
the
your
fence
shit.
was like so far away. Nobody gives a fuck if you miss a little bit in that corner. Rabbits will eat it. They'll appreciate you.
Thanks, rabbits.
Ben smoked a bunny in the yard the other day in my mom's yard. It was a couple months ago, not the other day. It was a while ago. But yeah, we were chilling, and I was like, I think Ben just killed a rabbit. I'm texting Lex, and she's like, what do you mean you think? And I'm like, well, he's like standing over it, but I don't think it's dead yet. But my dad's gonna go check it out. And it wasn't dead. He just like had it in its mouth. I was like playing with it. My dad like moved it. It died. I'm sure it died.
Yeah, there's no way. They don't have doctors in Rabbit World.
Nah.
That man
Everything's
had 3
fucking
broken limbs and a fucking snapped neck, but he was just breathing.
Ben thought he was a fucking squeaky toy.
Dude, did I ever tell you about the story of Bella when we were younger about how she like killed the crow?
Nah.
Oh my god. So I was probably like 13 to 15 at the time when this happened. And we were shooting guns in our backyard, like shooting clay pigeons. And we always, like growing up, we always had like a flock of crows always flying above our house, just being mad, loud, and obnoxious, right? So one day, I think
Bella
it was
had
Nick.
enough.
No, not really, but like kind of. I think it was Nick who had the shotgun, and he shot a crow, and the crow fell, and it hit the ground, and Bella ran up to it and was like sniffing it, and like putting her nose in it and stuff, and the crow like latched onto her nose and like bit her, and Bella like yelped. She like yelped and backed up like 5 feet and then ran, dude, and just pounced on this thing and killed it instantly. Like out of spite, dude. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life.
That's awesome.
Like it just went like from crunch to a yelp to backing up and then just pouncing on this thing like a lion, bro. And this crow it just like cracked and died. I was like, oh my god, that was vicious, dude. This is the only sort of violence I've ever seen that dog commit ever in my life.
Well, don't nip at her nose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have done the same thing. You're lucky you didn't nip at Nick's nose. He had the gun.
Lucky you didn't nip at Daphne's nose, bro. She's rude. Actually, Daphne, she'd be the nipper because she don't fuck with people.
Just nip, nip, nip.
She's too old to give a fuck anymore, though.
I think Kyla's starting to get to that age. I mean, she's only 7, but like, she's starting to like act like an old lady a little bit. Where she's
Ben's
just like, she'll see
old.
somebody walk by and just be like, bark, bark, bark. What are you barking for? You're just being a bitch at this point.
Well, Ben barks at everybody and nothing. So.
I think Ben's the type of dog that sees ghosts. I think that's why he barks at
Yeah,
nothing.
probably, bro.
I think he definitely sees ghosts.
What the fuck
Who's
is
that?
good,
Who's
bro?
there?
He was fucking
Oh,
barking like crazy yesterday. He was going absolutely nuts.
How old is Ben?
5, I think.
Oh, he's not that old.
Nah. He's still spry.
Yeah, he's still spry. He's got some he's got some juice left in him.
Yeah. He can move. I'm never gonna have fucking grass at this house because of him, I'll tell you that much. He just tears circles where that in that one corner of my yard where that little thing on a spring is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Up there, bro. He just fucking is running in circles
Just
all
runs
the time.
laps around it.
Yeah, that's always his spot. He's fast, bro. That boy can move.
Dude, him, Boone, and McKinley in like a dog race or like a dog show like tournament or whatever they are, like a challenge where they run through shit.
Yeah.
My
Dude,
God.
Ben's quick. Sometimes I'll go outside, and when I go outside with him, he gets excited. He'll just zoomies. He just fucking sprints.
Instant zoomies. Oh my God, dude! When Boone gets the zoomies like in our bedroom, I'll like follow him up the stairs, and he'll see me go into my room, and he'll like jump on the bed, and he'll do this thing where he goes like, and, like puts his paws down and like shakes his head at me, and then I'll give him a good like I'll flinch at him like that, and he just instantly goes into circles on the bed like a madman. Dude, it's so funny.
That's great.
And then he'll give me a yip, and then I'll be like, boom, and I'll just keep flinching at him, and he gets like all like, it's so funny.
Boone's quite the character.
Boone is the most character I've ever seen in a dog. He almost
That might be facts.
He almost slipped out of his. We were walking him today. We went to the park, and on our way back, we were trying to cross like the highway that's like right outside of our spot. And I had him between my legs because anything that moves fast, he likes to chase. So like cars are zooming by, and he's like flinching at him, like trying to chase him. I'm holding him, and then like the light is about to switch, and he like gets out from my legs, dude, and like turns and starts to back up into the highway, and like I just see his fucking his vest like starting to come off his head, and Maggie like reached down and scooped him up, and I'm like yelling at him like, "What are you doing, you asshole? Like, they're cars, bro. They're gonna fucking kill you and run you over. It's like, stop being a dickhead." And he's just looking at me with his tongue. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're gonna die. Stop.
He's like, yeah, but it makes you worry, and then I know that you love me. I'm a crazy little bitch like that.
Yeah, dude. And then we get inside, and I'm like sitting on the couch, and he's like coming up to me, he's like putting his face on me, and I'm like, dude, no, you made me mad. Stop trying to be cute.
Does he listen?
Sometimes, well, he listens at like a 70% clip, which is good.
See, Ben listens at 100% clip, always listening, and he knows what's fucking going on. But like, sometimes he'll look at me and he'll be like, dude, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you want, and you're not getting it. And then he'll just put his fucking head back down and let out a this dude moans like no other, bro. But like that ass, he'll look at me and be like, yeah, I don't fucking think so, bro. And put his head back down.
That's so funny. He's like, just looks back and he's like, is that what you think? All right. Okay. And it just continues on with his day.
If it's nice out and like I gotta go somewhere, but he's outside and I call him in, but he doesn't want to come, he's like, yeah. No. I'm gonna be sunbathing right here, bro.
You know where to find me, bitch.
It's gonna take a little bit more than just a come on.
Yeah. Get a little treat in your hand, and I might think about it.
I usually go outside and run around with him.
Does he play basketball with you?
Nah, he's scared of the ball.
That makes sense. That lives up to his reputation.
Yeah, it moves too fast for him, I think, and it's too big. If it was either smaller or slower, I think he'd be okay with it. But you can't really get slower. You can only get smaller.
Yeah, on the slow motion dribble.
I'd have to start hooping with like a tennis ball.
Hey, work on your accuracy, your jump shot accuracy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to shoot a tennis ball than a basketball? Probably, right?
Nah.
I don't know. I
think it's too small. I think.
Yeah, because you can't really shoot a tennis ball. You have to like throw it.
Yes. I think like small basketballs, like yeah, that's probably easier because you got
big hoop,
more hoop to hit.
Yeah.
Like
more hoop to hit.
You can miss more with the smaller ball.
My hoop to hit ratio crazy.
But you can miss more with a smaller ball.
Yeah.
But the tennis ball is a little bit funky, especially like from 3, like maybe in close. But it is. It's like a.
Yeah, you have to like. It's almost just like your wrist with a tennis ball. Like you're not shooting a tennis ball like this. You're really just.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably just flicking.
Yeah, look at the flick of the wrist.
You would have to get like a better net if that was like a real thing, and you played like if you played competitive basketball with a tennis ball, you need a better net because you wouldn't be able to tell if it went in all the time.
Yeah, that's true. It's too much hoop.
I think it's just like it's the white strings and too much space. Maybe like black, and then like connect all the strings with mesh or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that it like kind of tightens down towards the end.
Or just that like you can see easier if it goes in or if it doesn't go in. There's no like, oh, it might have went through.
Yeah, dude, if you're fucking Steph Curry, you ever seen those shots of basketball where like you shoot a basketball and it goes perfectly straight down into the hoop and the net doesn't move?
Doesn't move. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like if you have a tennis ball, you can slide those between the top things and like the top loops that from the rim to the net.
Yeah, you have
tennis balls and then they can slide out. So you close it up with like a little mesh.
Yeah,
and then you know
make it like a solid net, like you said, like mesh. Yeah, where there's no like holes.
And then it would because it would either hit the front. You're like, oh no, like it definitely hit the front and fell down. Like it hit the net and fell down, or it would be like, oh, it went over, or it definitely went in. There's no like, oh, maybe it like cut through one of those things because you know that would happen if it was like in real time. If it was just a tennis ball, you can't always tell.
Look at us, dude. Solving the problem.
I think more
of shooting
so on
a tennis ball into a basketball hoop. Who would have thought?
Oh, hey, maybe we got something on our hands here. We could look it over. That'll be our fucking slogan. That's how we'll fucking.
That's how we'll start the league for what?
Yeah,
what are we
on fucking ESPN
it?
Commercials. It'll be look at the flicking over.
How would you dribble a tennis ball though? Would it be the same as a basketball? I feel like that'd be pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, it would be. You'd have to just kind of like it'd be like all in your fingers though. Like the ball's not hitting your hands. Otherwise, you have to like call it a carry. You can't because you can't like grab it. You keep it in your fingers.
You have to just dribble it with your fingies.
Yeah, I would just kind of like cup my fingers like this a little bit, almost like throwing a football, because then it makes it like a lacrosse net of your fingers to your hands, like or a stick.
Yeah,
like little mini lacrosse sticks. But it's your fingies.
But it's your fingies. Yeah, I got 4 new lacrosse sticks. They're right here. I saw this video on Instagram today, and it was like, "What do we call this sport?" was the caption, and it was this dude skating on ice, but with a soccer ball, and he was like doing like soccer moves and shit with it.
Fucking, he's nice with it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I didn't see the what do we call this sport, but I saw that clip probably like a month or so ago. He's nice.
Dude, he is. I
saw it, and then my boy Jeff, I saw him quote tweet it, and I was like, yeah, bro, kid's nice.
That would be kind of a fun sport to watch. A lot of injuries.
That would be fun to
though.
watch. Probably, dude. People are like going on slide tackles and shit like that.
Yeah, amputating people's legs.
You got to do like no slide tackles. You can't slide tackle in fucking hockey, soccer.
Unless you want to do head first tackles.
No, we can't do that either. You're gonna like the fucking NFL. Everybody gonna have CTE.
That or getting their heads chopped off by skates.
Yeah, that's true too. How big would the goal be? Does the goalie play like a soccer goalie?
No, it would be. I feel like it would have. Yeah, there was in that video, a guy was playing goalie, like the same way, like on his skates, like playing like diving and shit. Dude, that's gotta hurt like a motherfucker though. Diving.
You got hella padding for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially on the bows, dude. The bows are gonna hit hard in the shoulders.
Yeah, you're gonna break your bows, dude. Your bows are breaking.
Broken bows pretty much every week.
I feel like the goal size has to be the same size as like indoor soccer nets.
Yeah,
you can't go like full soccer field net.
Yeah, or
it's
like
not,
futsal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't lay out like that to get in the corners.
You can't lay out to get in the corners, but you also can't have like a hockey size net because it's too small.
And here's the thing: you got to do PKs like hockey, like a penalty
hockey
shootout.
Style PKs. That sounds dangerous. That sounds super dangerous.
No, it'll be cool. I think it'll be hard to shoot in skates.
Yeah. If you're like,
you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of it is going to be
pressure.
like good, like dribbling and passing and like beating the goalie.
Like one, a lot of goals will be like one time, like cross crease one times. Yeah, that's true.
Some of them will just be super cheeky.
Yeah, that would be I would love. That's got to be like a new Olympic sport. I'd watch that all day.
Awesome, dude. That would be so cool. But I don't think there's enough good people.
There's literally just that one guy.
Yeah, there's one guy that skates and plays hockey. He's got to get some friends.
I'm sure if you're a good skater, I'm sure if you're a good ice skater, you could figure it out, though.
If we had enough money to invest in starting a league, we could. Like, you could find enough good skaters. I'd be like, I'd be down. I'd be fucking ass. But
yeah, just
if
find
you get
all,
like 8
just
teams
find,
together.
Yeah, dude, find all of like the really poor like AHL, NFL, Jesus Christ, hockey players.
Yeah.
Like that, that just are like good at skating or good enough at skating, but like aren't gonna make it to the NHL. And we'll be like, hey, we got a proposition for you. You ever seen a soccer ball on ice?
Maybe some of them have a soccer background. Look into them. Maybe they played football growing up.
I'm sure there's a few. There's got to be enough. Like you said, all we need is 8 teams.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. My friend Chris, he's fucking amazing on ice. He skates so well. This kid can't use his feet for fuck all.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He's like so uncoordinated when we play soccer. Like, he is so uncoordinated. Because like all he did was play hockey. He did play soccer like when we were like real little. Until maybe like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. But pretty much just hockey. So I don't know. He don't move.
That's so nice. Weird. You'd think those would like correlate enough to where,
but they don't. I think they're just so different, dude. I think it's like having like sea legs. Like
what is sea legs?
You know, like when you're on a boat and you're on a boat for mad long and it doesn't get rocky anymore. But then when you get off and you're not
and
on
you're
something
like wobbling,
rocky, you feel like you're wobbling. Like maybe that's how it is when you're on skates. It's just like totally like it doesn't even feel like you're fucking on land.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense because in soccer you run, you're like hitting like solid land every time. Skate, you're just gliding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're always moving, but you're not always making. Yeah. That makes sense.
But it would be dope if you could make a fucking league out of it. If you had enough good people at it.
Imagine Rocket League in real life.
Oh, they have it.
They have that?
I've seen videos of it on Twitter, yeah.
What?
It's like big fucking balls. You know those big balls that like people go in and they roll down hills and whatnot?
Yeah.
It's like a ball like that.
Someone's in the ball
on the inside. And then it's just a bunch of cars.
Do they like float and fly too?
They don't float or fly. They just bash into each other.
Demolition Derby with a giant soccer ball in the middle. Basically,
it's Demolition Derby with like an objective.
They got the one guy that plays objective and the one guy that's a slayer. It's like, dude, this is Call of Duty, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna T-bone this guy. It's like, bro, I'm not even part of the play.
You get him from fucking Robot Wars?
Dude, that show was awesome. I loved that show.
Yeah, dude.
I used to watch that shit on YouTube all the time.
I randomly saw it like not long ago, and I don't know where the fuck I was, and I was like, I'm gonna leave this on. Yeah.
What? Have you ever seen the drone races?
Nah, I ain't seen no.
They do like crazy drone races now, and it's like really like fucking awesome. But I feel like they need to take the racing aspect out of it and just do like drone battles. Like have like a firefight in the sky and like equip each drone with a camera I mean, they already have cameras on them, so like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't even need to do that. But like have like a firefight of like drones. I mean, I don't know what you would use for like battles and stuff. I'm sure you could do like military drones like out in the desert and use like real
Yeah,
weaponry.
dude.
But like
You
that
could
would be
do
awesome.
it somewhere safe and have like guidelines and shit, and
Dude,
like
we should
sign
do.
all
We
the
should. Oh my
liability
god,
waivers. Yeah, we should.
that would be awesome to watch.
It's crazy though, bro. You got to just say fuck everything in the media, right? Because like if you are like mainstream media, everything is gonna be like, this is absurd. They're just blasting at each other out there, like that's
but there's
wild.
nobody's dying. It's just
Right.
drones.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Can you make a bubble big enough in the desert?
You don't even need a bubble, dude. Nobody's gonna get
Well,
hurt if you're like fucking 10 miles away.
That's true, but what if you want to be right there on the action? What if you want to sell tickets to be there?
I don't think that's gonna work in this industry, dude.
Why not?
Hey man, I'm going to watch this drone fight, and my buddy Pete caught a stray, so he ain't with us no more. But it was dope. Let me tell you. R.I.P. Pete, but I'd go back.
That shit was litty.
Yeah, they
That's what
selling
they're gonna be
$5. They selling $5 fucking beers there, dude. Like I'll spend all weekend there. I don't care. I'll treat it like the Masters, Thursday to Sunday. I'm there.
Yeah. What if we did it like that? You get one battle. You start a tournament.
Did
right?
you make the cut? Yeah,
Start it
dude.
like on a Thursday, right? You could have however many teams and or however many guys, and then just fucking 1v1.
Would you
could do like massive battles, bro. You
Battle Royale?
Like, you could have like 4 in a little bracket, right? And they'll all go on day one, and only one of them makes it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just have a smaller bracket from there.
What do you think would be more fun to watch? Like a battle of like 20 drones at once, or like a 1v1? A 1v1 would be intense because it's like high stakes.
When it's 20, is it like 1v1v1 20, or are they on teams?
I think it's every man for himself.
Every man for himself?
Or, I don't know, 2 teams of 10?
Teams would be kind of cool.
Yeah, 2 teams of 10 would be kind of cool. This is going to be an expensive
drone
sport.
COD, real life drone COD, dude.
This is the one drone that just has a bomb on it.
That'd be
Bomb
wild.
drone incoming.
Okay, hear me out. What if it was like drone COD, right? But it's paintball instead, or it's airsoft, and now you're not dying, but you can play rounds.
That would be kind of cool. Dude, yeah, right there. And that's saving so much money on like we would have to spend to like get this up and running, because I feel like having all these expensive drones with like actual military weaponry and like fucking ammunition would be way more expensive than just using paintballs.
Yeah. Do either like paintball or airsoft, but if
I feel like you got to use paintball because then you know when
you
one
can
of the drones
see.
is hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And is it like hit once and you're dead? Is that how paintball works?
I think so, yeah.
That's a quick death, but I mean, it'd
Quick
be
death,
fun.
but you got to think paintballs don't fly the same way bullets do, so it's probably a lot harder to hit targets.
You're probably right. It'd be like little fucking
Especially
CO2
drones that are like paintball Rambo artillery cannons.
Yeah, I got a sentry.
Dude, I don't understand why they don't make like so I know they do like paintball tournaments where they're like in those little like arenas and it's like 5v5 fast-paced paintball, but like they should do like out in the woods, like 15 aside, or like big team squads where it's like airsoft or paintball tournaments, and like put them on TV. I feel like that'd be so fun to watch.
Maybe they do. They have it on like, YouTube though.
Oh, they're definitely on YouTube. I've watched like airsoft like YouTube.
Can you watch them live? Like, do they like?
No,
live
none of them
stream
are ever live that I know of. I mean, I'm sure there are a few, but like, I need like a big corporation to like take over like the airsoft or paintball community and just be like, all right, this is how we're gonna like live stream. Like, we'll have like cameras in the trees that we can like, and have a full like production team like switching between cameras and stuff like that, and make it like this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you're watching like
just,
war, but it's like
you'll
airsoft
track everybody, so be able to know like where the action's
where
at,
everyone's
right?
at.
You'll be able to like look at different people. And
that's how they do COD, like competitive COD. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and
you
it's
know
not
where
like
everyone's
too
at.
fast paced,
Right?
because like you you're gonna die after one shot. Nobody wants to die after one shot.
Right. I feel like the only tough thing with that would be, I mean, I know it's like, play by the rules and stuff, but like you would have to know when somebody actually gets hit by an airsoft pellet instead of like, oh, I'm hit. You know what I mean? You'd have to have like sensors or something on people that would like tell you when somebody's like actually got hit by an airsoft pellet.
That would be very cool.
You ever played airsoft?
Yeah, we used to play a lot growing up.
Dude, I fucking loved it. Airsoft and paintball were like my shit.
I never played paintball.
Oh, paintball is, I feel like, so for an airsoft, like the customization you can have in different types of guns is better than paintball, because pretty much every paintball gun is the same, like, like the way it looks and stuff like that. Like you could have like an airsoft sniper rifle or an airsoft
or
AK-47
you could have a pistol,
or a pistol.
Or I had an electric P90.
Yeah, like that was the best part of it. That was the best part of airsoft. We even had like like you could do airsoft claymores and stuff like that. You can't really do that for paintball.
Airsoft nades.
Paintball was fun because like, one, I feel like they hurt more and it was like a little more like risky. You know what I mean? Like playing paintball, and also like it's paint, so like when you get hit, it like explodes and it's cool, and like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I lit your ass up. Look how many fucking streams of paint you have up your side. But like, airsoft is fun because it's not as expensive either. Like paintball, like you rip through paintballs and it's like, fuck, I just spent $50 on 200 paintballs and I'm like already done. Airsoft.
None of my friends see. Most people have like at least done like paintball parties. None of my friends did paintball parties.
No, we never did paintball parties.
We had
just
a couple
bought our
near
own
us.
guns.
Yeah, see, we didn't buy our own guns. We would but we bought our own airsoft guns, and we'd play in each other's backyards.
Yeah,
but we didn't really have woods like you have woods, right? Like you just play in the woods.
Dude, we would literally. So my brother and I, we got like super into it for a while. And then my neighbors were like, we got them into it. And me, my brother, Nick, and my stepdad at the time, like we all got our own paintball guns. We'd go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get like the CO2 canisters. Like some of them were this big. And then if you wanted like to play for a while, you could get like a big one like this. And so we each just got like one big one, and then we loaded up on paintballs. And we'd go out there for like, we'd probably play for like an hour and a half each time. But, like, you couldn't, like, it was so fun, like, in the moment, but it sucked when you were playing because you knew, like, oh, I'm going to be out soon. Like, I'm only going to get to do this, like, once every so often. Like, it's not like I can do this, like, for 30 minutes every day if I wanted to.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
You know what I mean? There was this one time, dude, I was walking home from up my driveway after the school bus dropped me off, and my dad was, like, standing outside the garage. So, like, our driveway went up and spiraled left, and our house was here. And so I'm like here, and you could cut through the woods to get to the house because it was like kind of open. And I'm walking up, and this motherfucker like has a paintball gun, and he's shooting at me while I'm walking up from school. I have like I'm not wearing any sort of protective gear or anything. I literally have a t-shirt and shorts on.
Fuck you.
And so like I get up to the fucking like tree line or whatever. I'm like hiding behind a tree, and one of the paintballs hit me like directly in the thigh, and I'm wearing literal gym shorts. Hit me in the thigh, dude. Hurt like a motherfucker. Didn't realize how bad it was until the next day. My entire leg was just black and blue, and there was a fucking, like, a ball like this on my leg. Not even dude, it was the most disgusting welt I've ever had. Like, it looked way worse than it hurt, but it was, like, it turned my whole leg black. And I was like, this is fucking gross, dude. Paintball's no joke, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, though. I will say that.
Maybe I'll have to get out there. Me and JT will play some fucking paintball.
You better fucking invite me.
All right, deal. I'll invite Nick too.
We after we like ran out of paintballs, we used to like walk around the woods and see if we could find any that weren't like popped.
Yeah.
This one day, my neighbor Billy and I were walking around, and there was this like skinny ass tree that was like on the top of my hill in my backyard that had a hole in it. Hole was probably like this maybe. Looked like a woodpecker got at it or something. We're walking, and I like just glanced over at the tree, and I'm like,
maybe it was
the tree.
Nick. Maybe he was fucking it.
Dude, no, he would need like this, not this. Nick catching strays on a podcast yesterday to listen to. But we walk past this tree, dude, and I see the tree's just like covered in paint, like yellow paint, green paint, and all this. And I'm like looking, and I look in the hole, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way, dude. I get up closer. There's a paintball sitting perfectly in the middle of this hole. Not broken or anything, just sitting there. It looks like somebody just like took it and placed it in the middle of the tree.
I bet you a bird brought it there.
Oh, I didn't
I
even
bet
think
you a
of that.
bird thought it was a berry and was like, "Yo, this is a fat berry,"
Yeah,
right?
just like,
And then snagged it and brought it to its home, and then was like,
this
"I can't
tastes
fucking
like
eat this
shit.
thing. This
I
is
can't
hard,
serve this
brother."
to my kids.
Maybe it's not a woodpecker then, because the woodpecker would go, and it would have been open.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
no
my
way
god,
paintball's
dude.
stronger than a fucking tree, and they murk trees.
No. Dude, this kid that was on my school bus, his name was Marty. He was like a senior when I was a freshman, so he was like kind of like not like a bully, but he was like kind of like acting like the tough kid on the school bus when I was young. And it was like when we were playing paintball, like in the time, like, so we'd like talk about it on the bus and stuff. And he goes, "You ever freeze paintballs and then play? Like, don't be a pussy. You got to put them in the freezer before you play, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, at the time I was like, "Oh, like that sounds so fun. Like that sounds," but then I like looked up videos of it on YouTube of like them freezing paintballs and like, dude, it's like deadly. Like freezing a paintball is like could kill somebody. Like this
Sheesh.
motherfucker was not freezing paintballs. Like
Nah,
he was just trying to
all
act
bark,
all
no
fucking
bite,
tough.
bro. He just saw it
yeah.
once on a YouTube video, same as you.
Yeah, dude. I miss paintballs.
we had kids like that in high
shit was so
school
fun.
too.
It's so funny, like, and then you like get older you get to their age, and you're like, wow, that kid was a giant pussy, like bragging to
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
ninth graders about how he used to freeze paintballs, like,
But lying about it too, like just making that up for no reason, right?
right?
Like just let the kids enjoy their fucking paintball. Don't lie to them and seem tough. That's just
Right.
weird. It's weird behavior.
That kid was weird. I remember, like,
Well, yeah, his name's Marty, so.
Marty Smith.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
I'm close to Morty Smith, bro.
Dude, there is a Marty Smith.
What do you mean?
He's like a ESPN, like sports
I
journalist.
guarantee you it's not him, dude.
I bet you it's not. But it's just funny. They got the same fucking name. He said Marty Smith. I was like, no fucking way. His Twitter handle's like the real Marty Smith, so it's not that fake guy, you know?
It's not the fake one that freezes paintballs.
Facts, bro. No, we would hire him to fucking tell the truth.
Dude, do you have any like crazy school bus stories? My school bus ride was a fucking fever dream every time. I promise. It was.
I got
weird.
detention because of a school bus ride because I fucking shrunk down in my seat and gave a stranger the finger that was walking on the sidewalk. So it was me and my two neighbors, right? So I do that. I flip this guy off, stranger. He was walking down Main Street, and I guess he calls the school. He goes, "Yeah, it was this bus number, and it was the very last seat on the one side."
Oh, he pulled a Karen on you. He like
Big
got the fucking,
time, bro.
Oh my god.
School calls the fucking bus driver. We got assigned seats. Bus driver sends the fucking kids out. We're assigned there. It's me and my two neighbors, bro. We're boys, dude. I lived there. This was 4th grade because they were both a year ahead of me. They were in 5th grade. I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
I lived there since kindergarten, since before kindergarten. And instantly they fucking threw me under the bus. We've been boys, bro.
Oh,
We play every
no.
sport together, bro. We've been boys. They instantly were like, "Nah, dude, that was him." And I was like, "Yep." But he was gonna, she was gonna fucking suspend me, and then my mom chewed me out on the phone, and she could hear it, and she was like, "All right, I think I'm just gonna give you a detention." And then she was like, "Come back at the end of the day for your slip." And I was like, "Yeah, right, bro. I'm not going back to get a detention slip. If you want me to have a detention, you gotta come find me and give it to me."
Right.
And I just never went, and she never came to find me. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a fucking deal. I think she felt bad. She heard my mom fucking ripping me a new one.
4th grade, bro.
Yeah.
She was gonna suspend you for that? For giving someone the bird?
Get just a detention. But still, bro, that's elementary school. There's no, like, look, if I would have got a detention in, like, middle school or high school, I'd be like, whatever, bro, I gotta sit here to wait for sports to be out anyway.
Right.
It's literally the same time. We get out at 1:58. You got to literally hang out until 2:43. You got to wait 45 minutes away after the bell rings, and that's when detention is.
Yeah.
Only difference is I'm going to get a slap on the wrist from the coach. I'm going to have to, like, run an extra lap or 5. I don't know.
Ooh.
Right. I don't give a fuck.
How many times did you get detention growing up?
Never. That was the only one.
That was the only one? Yeah, I've only gotten detention one time,
I've
too.
gotten lunch detention, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's... Because lunch, dude, You sit down with your boys at lunch, anything goes. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen for that day.
Sometimes the one time somebody was taking something like my food, like one of the parts of my lunch was like taking it, and I was like, "Nah, give it back," and then he didn't give it back, so I picked a chair up and I started chasing him with it. So we both got lunch detention for a few days. It was one of my boys. We were cool. We were just all hype, bro. I probably had like one too many sugar cookies or something, bro. And I was fucking geeking.
Been there. The best times were like when you would play like what are the odds with your boys, and it'd be like, what are the odds? You stand up and you huck this fucking apple across the entire lunchroom, and like half the time like it wouldn't come to anything, but then it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 7. Like you'd be like, oh well, now you have to fucking do it, dude. And your boy would just like fucking stand up, huck it, and sit back down and like try and hide between his peers, but like everybody always knew who it was.
Yeah.
Like there's no hiding that shit.
I pantsed my boy in front of a teacher once in lunch. I think I got lunch detention for that one too.
Oh, dude, the only time
I didn't think about it being in front of a teacher. It was in front of this girl that he had a crush on. So like, I bet.
That's even worse.
I was like, all right, bet I'm a pants this fool. So I pantsed him, and then I was like, oh shit, teacher was literally sitting. It was the three of them. It was him, his crush, and the teacher having a
Was it
conversation.
a pants where it's just like you pull his pants down and it's underwear, or like did the underwear come down
just
too?
underwear.
Okay. All right.
He was wearing like gym shorts, yeeted the shorts, but left the fucking underwear.
Yeah.
Thank God, dude. I would have been in a significant amount more trouble if I took this dude's cock out.
Did you guys ever have the, you ever like gobble each other? Or it's like you walk up and gobble somebody?
Gobble me, swallow me? No.
No, listen, dude. So my friend Brian and I would do this all the time to like, just like our friends, if we saw them in our fucking like hallway or something, you'd walk up to somebody and just be like, gobble. And if they didn't say gobble back, you would grab like the skin under their neck right here and pull it down and just be like, gobble, 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 like, until they started gobbling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got in trouble for that a few times. The only time,
as you should.
The only time I ever got like true detention though was we were in woodshop class one day, and we were doing this project where we had to make a chair sturdy enough to hold us out of cardboard. So we had all this cardboard. We had to build a chair that would hold like our weight. And it was me and my friend Kyle. We were in a group together. And I don't even know what, like, we were just fucking around one day, dude, and I had a hot glue gun. And he like said something to me and like as like a joke, and like I said something back to him. We were like going back and forth. So then I like put hot glue on this piece of cardboard and just like tapped him in the face with it, like slapped him, and it like stuck to his face and like burned his skin. And the fucking teacher was like, the teacher gave both of us detention for that. And I was like, all right, like I guess I kind of like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, it's not like we were fighting. We were just like, we're just fucking with each other. Like, it was a joke, but like, we were disrupting class, so like, give me detention. But like, why are you giving him detention, bro? He's the one that got slapped in the face for it.
Because yous were both horsing around, that's why.
Yeah, we
were
horsing around. Dude, oh my God, I remember her name. It was like Mrs. Beverly or something. Or it was either O'Brien or Beverly, dude. She had the nastiest breath. She would come over your shoulder, like if we were working at the computer, she would like
no
come over
thanks,
your shoulder and be like,
help.
She'd be like, can I help you with anything? And I'd be like, oh, I'm good. Oh. It was bad, dude.
That's tough, dude. Stinky teachers in your face, and they lean in, they're trying to help, and you're like, bro, you are brutal.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, please.
Get that thing out of here.
Get that thing out of here. Yeah, that was the only time I ever got detention, though. I almost got detention one time for my brother getting in a fight on the bus. We're sitting there, and it was like the first day of baseball season. So I had all my shit with me on the bus, and this kid Christian, who like lived up the hill from us, he was just like an asshole, and him and my brother were always going at it, like not fighting up to this point, but like they would always just like bark at each other, and I fucking hated this kid. He was such a little douchebag. But we're sitting there one day, and I'm sitting on the left side of the bus, my brother's sitting across from me on the right side. I'm just like listening to music, whatever. Next thing I know, Christian's sitting behind Nick, like the seat behind him, and reaches around and like hits him in the side of the head like this, like the biggest cheap shot I've ever seen, dude. Like, reaches around and fucking clocks my brother in the side of the face. And so, like, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And so I, like stood up to, like, fucking... I was ready to rip this kid's head off. Next thing I know, dude, Nick turns around, jumps over the seat onto this kid, grabs him by the neck and is just slamming his head into the fucking glass window. And I'm like, oh, all right. I was like, all right.
I think my job here is done.
Yeah, I was like, it looks like you got this covered, my guy. It's like, go off, do your thing. So, like, we had bus aides, too. So it was just, like, not a teacher, but, like, a faculty that would sit in the front seat and, like, kind of, like, keep an eye on all the people that were, or all the kids that were on the school bus. Our bus aide was, like, 400 pounds, like, disgusting, dude. So I saw her, like, get up to try and, like, she was, like, trying to run down the aisle to break this up. So I, like, stood up and, like, got in between her and my brother because I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to let this kid just, like, cheap shot my brother and, like, not let Nick have his way with him. Like, I'm going to let this kid suffer. So I, like, stood up in the front and, like, the bus driver slams on the brakes and pulls over to the side. And we're like, dude, we're, like, maybe half a mile from my house. Like, we were one of the first ones to get picked up because our house was so far out of the way. And it was literally just me, my neighbors, and this kid, Christian. And so my mom, like, she gets a call. 5 minutes later, she's, like, fucking storming onto the bus, screaming at everyone, like, if you ever touch my fucking kid again, blah, 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 just screaming, dude, right? And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, my God, what a start to the day. Get to school, and the principal's, like, going to give me detention for my, like, involvement in the fight. And I'm like, bro, I'm, like, a junior in high school. Like, I'm just trying to play baseball. Like, I don't want to get in trouble with my coach. Like, I'm on good terms with him. Like, what the fuck am I going to get in trouble for? I didn't do anything. Like, I would have if I didn't see my brother fucking Batman jump over the backside of this fucking seat and, like, strangle his kid out to death. But, like, I didn't do anything. And so my mom came into the school and she was like, the fuck, you're not giving John, like, detention. That's bullshit. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. And she was like, yeah, you're right. But it was fucking awesome to see Nick just, like, fucking... I mean, to be fair, like, Nick's pretty big. Like, he's as big as I am, if not a little bigger. And this kid was, like, half his size. So, like,
silly boy.
I mean, you're barking up at the wrong tree, but, like, you take a cheap shot like that, dude. Nick's going to let you fucking have it, dude. Yeah. Ever since then, though, I'll tell you what, like, never heard shit from that kid again. So I guess it solved the problem.
Not bad. Probably should have happened fucking 5 years earlier.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't, dude, because that kid would, like, come down. So, like, our road went this way, and then it, like, kind of broke off this way and went up a giant fucking hill, and he would come down on his bike. And my house was, like, so our road was here. My house was here, like, up a driveway, up a mountain. My neighbors, who we hung out with all the time, was here, and then, like, that road went, like, up, so they're, like, right across from where it breaks off. And he would come down and just, like, talk the most shit and just, like, get in, like, our business and just try and instigate and shit. And it was just, like, I mean, it was, like, fucking teenager drama. Like, it wasn't anything serious, but, like, he would start shit. And so, like, one day it just, like, boiled over and, like, that whole thing broke out. And I tell you, dude, our bus rides were fucking, you could have written a fucking TV show about the shit that went down on our bus. I swear to God.
My boy Austin beat the fucking bricks off some kid. I wasn't on their bus, though. And it's ridiculous, bro. He lives so close to me and I wasn't on his bus. The front half of my street were the only ones that weren't on that bus in the area.
That's kind of how mine was, dude.
There was another bus that literally came through my neighborhood and only picked, like, people from, like, my road has, like, a small bend, like, halfway through it. People from, like, my side of the bend just got picked up by that bus. Pretty much nobody else.
Yeah, that's how mine was. Like, there were so many people in my area that I was, like, good friends with and we hung out all the time that literally lived, like, across the street from me. And they were on a different bus. To
these kids' house. Like, a quick walk is like I'm walking around Connor's house or I'm walking around Timmy's house, and I wasn't on the same bus as them.
That's whack. I could have had so much more like fun on a bus too.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like 10th period where it was like after the end of the day you had an extra period where like you could go to like teach different teachers or like go to the gym? Yeah. It was optional. Like you didn't have to stay. On my 10th period bus home. Well, yeah, like if you were on a sports team, like you had to stay. You had to stay, obviously, but like, my 10th period bus, like if I wanted to stay for 10th period and then go home, like I was on a bus with all those kids, so it made no sense. It was like, what's the difference? Maybe just like the amount of resources my school had or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, dude. I never went home on that bus, really.
I only did like, to be honest, the only time I really stayed for 10th period, if I wasn't like playing sports at the time, was to like hang out with like a girl or something. Be like, I get 45 minutes to fuck off like in a classroom with a girl, like. But other than that, I had no. I wasn't gonna stay and like study longer.
No, I wouldn't have either.
I'm going home.
but I played sports pretty much the entire school year.
The only break I had, if I didn't do track, was winter. I didn't play any sports in the winter. I did indoor soccer, which wasn't part of the school.
Right, right. Yeah, see, I played basketball, except for when. Well, I didn't play basketball my junior year. I don't know what I did then. I might have just got a ride from somebody.
See, that was like soccer season in the fall would end, dude, and then from like if I didn't do track, which I only did track twice, I think I did it like ninth grade, and I picked it back up in 11th grade, and I didn't even go to like the meets. I would just like stay until 5 o'clock every day to run so I could stay in shape. But that was my time to like go home at like 2 o'clock, and then I would just like play Call of Duty, and like I'm like I know it's gonna be cold in winter for a few months, so that's like my game time. Like between soccer and baseball is like my video game time.
Yeah, yeah. And then throwing a little indoor soccer action.
Yeah, indoor soccer every Thursday night, practice twice a week.
It's not bad. I guess I'm going to be fucking getting back to that. I might as well just coach, right? Like, if my son's, if I'm going to be driving him there and shit, I might as well just coach.
Dude, if I have a son, I'm for sure being some sort of sports coach for him. That shit sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would, dude, not even like my own kid. Like, I would love to coach like a middle school or even high school baseball team.
Nope.
I could do that.
See, that's too much of a time commitment for me to want to do it.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's pretty much every day for like 4 months.
Yeah. And now look at what your days are. And like, what about work, right? Like, if you wanted to be like a high school or a middle school teacher or
That's
coach,
true. I probably
you'd have to
couldn't
be
unless...
done. You'd have to be there before 5 o'clock.
Well, the thing is, if I move out west, I would be done with my workday by 2:45. Because we work East Coast hours, but like if I'm on the West Coast, I'd have to work the same hours. So I'd start at it depends how far I went, but if I would move to Denver, I would start at 6:30 every morning instead of 8:30.
And be done at 2:45.
Be done at 3:30. If I moved out to like California and where I was 3 hours behind, then I would be done by 2:30. Because I would start at 5:30.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna coach at my old high school one fall, but I was just like, yeah, dude, I actually don't want to do that. That's like legitimately too much of a time commitment, and I don't want to do that.
I was like assistant coach after I graduated high school. So after I graduated high school, I came down to Myrtle Beach for like a few months, from like August to October or September. It was like a month and a half, 2 months. And then Meme and Pop were still selling their house in New York. So like, and I was living with them at the time down in Surfside. So they came back up to sell their house. And when I came up with them, I started dating this girl. And I was like, I kind of want to like hang out for a few more months. So like I would go down and like help coach practice for like my high school varsity team, because I was still tight with like a lot of the kids that were on that team. And so I would just like every day, like 2 o'clock, if I had like a part-time job at the deli or whatever, I would go down and coach like 2 or 3 days a week. And low key, like it was weird because I saw like how much of like watching the varsity soccer game when you're not a player is like a lot different than like actually being in the game. Like it feels way more intense when you're playing the game, but then you watch and you're like, oh, this like isn't that great. Like the level of soccer being played is not great. So like it gave me a better way to like coach and like show people like, or show the guys like, hey, like, you know, you don't have to ball chase. Like this is how you move the ball like through formations, like specifically for the way we want to play, blah blah blah. And that was a lot of fun. But again, I was only there for like, I think I ended up going home like that December. So I only did it for a few months.
That sounds pretty dope.
It was.
I'm stoked, dude. I hope he likes sports. I hope he likes to play. Probably get him like, see if I can get him trainers or something. I'll try when he's young, but like if he wants to be any good, he's gonna need somebody better than me to help him.
Yeah, you know what's gonna be dope is when JT's like old enough to play like video games and you can hop on and play with him.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were kind of the last generation of like our parents are kind of too old to play like Xbox Live and stuff like that, but like we grew up with it. So when we have kids, when you know JT's old enough, like you and I are gonna be on COD and JT's gonna hop online and like play with us, dude. Like that's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be like such a fun experience to like play online video games with your kid.
Facts. Like we'll both have our own console.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. I was thinking about like playing like FIFA online, or like FIFA, like me and him, just like
On the
playing
same
FIFA
screen.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you do that. Like I do that with my uncle Mike. We'd play like UFC, like the UFC games all the time. But like, JT's in his room loading up COD. You're in your room loading up COD, like hopping on for a few matches. Like that's gonna be so fun.
Sorry, babe. I'm playing with our son. A little too busy right now.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
dude, like she's gonna be so pissed. She's like, dude, what? It's just you two. You do this all the time. You just fucking hop on Xbox and play. And
Pick up the sticks, baby. I'll get you a system.
Yeah, I actually just set up my my old Xbox for Maggie. We went to GameStop. I got her a copy of GTA 5 because she fucking loves Grand Theft Auto. So I set my Xbox up down in the living room, and she's all set up on GTA now. Got her little Magooski 1998 Xbox account going. It's so funny. Like I'll be on Xbox playing like with Call of Duty with Journey or whatever, and I'll just see the bloop, Magooski 1998 is now online. I'm like, oh,
that's awesome.
Wonder what game she's gonna be playing.
That's dope. I told Lex we should get a Nintendo Switch, and she said we don't really need that. And I said, yeah.
Oh, you do. Right. You do. I'm telling you, dude. Game time like together is so fun on a Switch. It's not the same type of gaming you do on your Xbox like at all. It's like couch play, like a lot of like engaging fun. It's like a date night. Like we use it as a date night.
That's what I'm saying.
It's worth it for sure.
That's what I think, but I don't know, dude. They're kind of bred, so I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe not.
They are bred, but it's like, think about it, dude. It's not like an Xbox where it's like, I'm just gonna buy the new Xbox when it comes out in like so and so years. That's like the Wii. Like when the Wii came out, you bought it and you had it for fucking 20,000 years.
That's true.
So you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. It's just the upfront, like buying it, like when you buy it all at once, is what kind of sucks. But
yeah, but I also don't have a new Xbox either. My John's kind of bang.
Dude, that's why I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, like when I got the new Xbox, I was excited, but I was like, how much different could it be from like the Xbox One? But like, you don't realize how much like faster this thing is, dude. Like, I can pick up a game that I haven't played in 2 weeks, and it'll pick up exactly where I left off. Like, I got on MLB last night, and it loaded up right where I was, like, from the last time I played, which was before I went to San Diego, like, a week and a half ago. That, I download games at, like, 200 fucking megabytes per second. I can download a GTA 5, which is, like, 100 gigs, in, like, 30 minutes. Which would take me on my old Xbox One,
I should put an Xbox on the registry. Lex been asking, like, is there anything that you want to put on the registry, like the baby registry, like, for you? New Xbox.
Series X, baby. Or you don't even need the X. Get the S.
Give me the S. I'll take the S. Fine with that.
Yeah.
That's what you have, right? The S?
No, I have the X, the black, the big black, like.
Oh, you got the Big John.
Big John. Dude, I'm saying, like, so apparently my mom asked Nick, because.
Aren't they already talking about coming out with a new one, though, in a couple years?
Probably, dude. Who fucking knows? I'm fine with just having this because I had the Xbox One for so long. I'm not the type of gamer where I need to upgrade my console every 3 years. Like, I'm gonna have this one for the next 10 and be fine. But apparently, like we're almost 30 years old. Like, I don't ask for things for Christmas anymore. So my mom was like asking my brother. She was like, "Yo, does John need anything new for like gaming wise? Like, I know he like still plays video games. Like, does he need anything that?" Like, he's just, like, doesn't have. And he was like, yeah, I mean, he's had the same Xbox since fucking junior year of high school, so, like, maybe a new Xbox. And she's like, all right. So she got me the Series X, and I wasn't expecting anything video game related in Christmas. Like, dude, I get golf shirts, and I'm like, hell yeah. Like, fire me up. Like,
yeah.
And I opened this thing, dude, and I saw, like, the Forza, and I was like, I saw the little Xbox thing, and I was like, and I opened it all, and I saw it was, like, the Series X, and I about shit my fucking pants. I was like, lit. Oh my! I was like, holy fuck, dude! I was like, I didn't even know you could get these. Like, usually you have to like hope that they have them in stock anywhere you get them, blah blah blah. But I guess like they're at a point now with that and the PS5 where they're pretty much available.
You can just get them, dude. They're on sale.
Yeah, and so I fucking got, and I was so excited, dude. I had like 2 more days at home, and then we're going to Maggie's parents' house, and then we're going back home to set it up. And I was just like, oh, I can't wait to like set this up and get everything fucking going. But it's dope. So I got that Hogwarts Legacy game that came out a few weeks ago. the Harry Potter game.
Yep.
That game is fucking sick, dude. The graphics and just like the overall like the way it runs, like, oh man, it's crazy how video games have advanced. Like even in the past 10 years, like when the Xbox One came out, and we thought that was like hot shit. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like 10 to 15 years from now, it's gonna be like unrecognizable from real life.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Nah.
I think they're gonna somehow like integrate the way the Xbox is played and like the new like the MetaQuest fucking VR headset shit. I think we're gonna find a way to make that like a hybrid gaming systems sort of thing, and video games is gonna like go down that path. It's crazy, dude. Technology is just I don't understand it.
I don't know. Maybe we should be getting on the golf thing on there.
Yeah, you got to get one of those, dude. Clay's got one now. We can get a whole fucking foursome going.
Ooh. That's like one up from a threesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how much this fucking Forza bundle would cost from Costco,
for the Series S?
No, for the X. They have both.
If it's on sale, dude, like it's probably not going to be more than like $400, I would assume.
You think especially for the X?
Yeah, because they've been out for 3 years now. It's been released for 3 years now. It's not like it's going to be like the same sticker price as it was when it was first released.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I can't fucking find.
And the thing with the X is nice too, dude, because it comes with like a terabyte of space. So like, I have like 9 games downloaded right now, and I still have like 300 gigabytes left of space. I don't have to worry about deleting any of my shit to install new ones or anything like that.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst. And like with updates, like your shit just builds.
Yeah.
And then everything's fucking bigger than it originally was. Yeah.
I think my next like gaming investment probably won't be anytime soon, but I need to get like a real like a 4K monitor. So the monitor I have now is like pretty old, and like I don't know, I've had this monitor I'm using since freshman year of college. So it's like it's been 6 or 7 years now. I feel like a nice upgraded 4K quality like would really show the true like power of the Xbox.
I agree. I have a solid thing. A solid monitor. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I haven't upgraded my shit in a while. I mean, I have the work monitors that they sent me when I first started my job last year, but they're not any better than the BenQ one that I've had, so.
Yeah, I have this AOC. It's a curved guy. It's pretty nice. I like it.
Ooh. Is that what you game on?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how much of a difference like gaming on a monitor makes compared to like a TV?
Oh my god, yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. I can't even play on a TV anymore.
I know. Anytime you play games on a TV, it's like, oh, this doesn't feel like I'm actually gaming, dude. It's just the input delay and like everything else is just so bad compared to a computer monitor.
Yeah. And I feel like it would only get better like if I got a better Xbox.
Yeah, it will 100%. And that's the thing. Yeah. Like I can't play like clubs with you on NHL or FIFA anymore, right? Because
correct. Well, you can, but it won't be the same guy. Your guy will progress. You'll have two different guys, basically.
So I downloaded FIFA 22 because 22 is on Game Pass, the Series X version, and we've been playing clubs on that with me, Journey, and Juan, and Brandon, and all of them for a while. And my guy went straight, like, dude, we were on 23 for a minute on Xbox One, and then I downloaded this on FIFA 22, and like my FIFA 22 guy wasn't like any sort of scrub. Like I've worked on him for a while. And he was back to like a 79, so I like had to restart all of that shit. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's super annoying.
Dude, I really want to see what this login is, but I have no idea what it is.
Your Costco login?
Yeah.
They were selling, I think Lex sent this to us last year actually, but they were selling the Yankees ticket bundle at Costco again.
They had one for the Phillies actually.
Hey, yo, Yanks Phils on Saturday, dude. 1 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, first spring training game of the year, Yanks Phillies.
Not bad. Bryce Harper won't be there.
No, I mean, it's going to be no starting players probably at all, but still, that'll be fun to watch. I'm for sure gonna watch it.
Bryce said he won't be back until
Is he
early
playing in the
March.
World Baseball Classic?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, is he rehabbing or something from injury?
I think so. He might have got surgery at the end of the season because he had a torn UCL and shit.
Right.
It's like he's still kind of hurt.
Do you want to talk a little MLB and make some predictions?
I guess, dude. The Phillies. Here's the thing: the Phillies should be good, which is why I'm nervous because they're absolute fucking shit when there are any expectations.
When there are expectations, or when there aren't?
Yeah, when there are. Last year, no expectations. We were fucking terrible. We stumbled into the playoffs. All right, fine. We'll go on a World Series run. But now there's expectations. Probably gonna shit the bed.
I don't know. Rob Thompson, I feel like he kind of did something to your team where he kind of I feel like a switch was flipped when he took over.
You think Trey Turner's like legit?
Dude, he's projected top 10 player in MLB this year.
So hear me out. Check out this starting lineup. Reese at first. Bryson Stott, who was brilliant last year at short, at second. Trey Turner at short. Alec Boehm, who was, really good after like first game of the season woes when he was like, I fucking hate this place. Like then he was really good and really good defensively. He was so nice last year, low key. Yeah. And then in the outfield you have Schwarber and Harper at the corners, and then somebody else in center, somebody fast. Brandon Marsh, that's who we had out in center. And then he's fine. He's all right. He's not bad. He's really good defensively. He's not very good at the plate.
Didn't you guys sign a pitcher too?
Yeah, but then we'll have Castellanos DHing and JT behind the plate.
That's a good team.
Not bad, dude.
That's a good team. And, I feel like we say this every year, dude, but the NL East is going to be a fucking battle.
I know.
And it usually always is. It always is. But,
yeah,
the Mets are the Mets. Yeah, they've upgraded. But they also lost DeGrom, who I know, he's always hurt. He's only going to play a few games. But, if DeGrom was going to be healthy for the Mets this year,
yeah,
losing
they pretty
him
much
is a big...
swapped DeGrom for Scherzer. They're like the same person, right?
DeGrom for Verlander, yeah.
For Verlander, yeah.
DeGrom is better when healthy, but Verlander is healthier and has been able to be there, on the field longer.
I don't know how he was good last year, bro. Straight off. Didn't he come straight off Tommy J?
Dude, listen.
I think he's on the steroids. Did we hit him with a pet test?
Garrett Cole, no, it's the fucking Houston Astros pitching, coaches, or not coaches, but just their pitching staff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, dude, and I'm not saying Garrett Cole's not that dude. Garrett Cole is still that dude. He's a top 10 pitcher in the MLB. He broke the Yankees single season record for strikeouts last year.
Damn.
But any pitcher that comes to be as an Astros pitcher and then leaves, they always have a down year after, and they always are never the same. Dude, Garrett Cole as an Astros pitcher was an unstoppable force, and then he comes over to the Yankees, and it's the whole spider tack thing. Yeah, I get that, but he just wasn't the same pitcher, and it happens with most people that leave the Astros like that. I don't know if they have some sort of guru over there, or
yeah, they've been cheating, bro.
That's what I'm trying to get at without saying it.
And then you stop cheating.
Right. So, dude, Verlander's 37 years old, 38 years old, coming off of Tommy John, and he just won a Cy Young. He's not going to repeat that. He's not DeGrom. He's not going to replace DeGrom.
He might be, though.
There's a chance, but I just don't see it.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, but the chance is not very big.
No, yeah, that's fair. But, there's still a chance. The Braves will be good.
Braves will be good. They've locked up all their young guys forever. They're going to be good for a while.
I thought somebody wasn't happy over there.
On the Braves?
I thought I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they fucking nickel and dime their stars, dude. They just took what's
I think
named
it was
arbitration.
Acuna.
It was either Acuna or Max Fried, their pitcher.
I don't think it was him. I think it was Acuna.
It was somebody they took to arbitration and they won the case over $2 million. And it's like, really, you won't pay one of Austin Riley, maybe? It's like, you won't
No, I
pay
think it
your
was
guy.
Acuna.
It won't pay one of your top guys like an extra $2 million, dude. Like,
Why would I do that when I don't have to? I just say I don't have
because
to.
you should fucking respect like what he's done for you. And it's like, okay, you know you're gonna have to pay him in the future. Like, if the guy's asking for an extra $2 million to keep him happy, I'll pay you $2 million. That's chump
Unless
change
you don't
to a
want
baseball
to.
team. Yeah,
But-
if you don't want to, you're just a fucking scumbag because he knows
But what do you
he's
do
worth
about
more than what
what do
you're
you
paying
do
him.
if you're the Ravens though and you got Lamar Jackson and he wants to get 250 mil guaranteed because that's what fucking Deshaun Watson got?
That's different because Lamar Jackson can't stay healthy.
Right, but you think Lamar Jackson isn't worth as much as Deshaun Watson for the foreseeable future?
That's a tough discussion, dude, because I want to say yes, but also like the only reason Deshaun Watson hasn't been on the field is because of he's a fucking pedo. Or not a pedo, Jesus Christ. He's like a sexual predator.
Yeah, but he wasn't very good this year.
Well, he hasn't played in 2 years, and he stepped into a completely new offense with a new team, a new head coach, and everything. Like, I never expected him to be the Deshaun Watson of old. I think next year, this upcoming season, I think he could be right back to where he was because he's got all this like time to fucking work with the team and learn the offense more, and all this. But Lamar is.
You don't think they could have fucking got a little bit of a discount though?
I think they should have, but they're the Browns and don't know how to do.
They're fucking terrible. They broke the market.
Dude.
Well, all right. So what do you do if you're the Ravens? Do you pay Lamar or do you not pay Lamar?
I think the Ravens need to worry about getting more than Lamar Jackson as their offense. They have nobody else
They got
other
a
than
new
Mark
OC
Andrews.
this year. They just brought him in, a new guy.
But dude, that doesn't matter if you don't have anybody to catch the ball. Like they don't have
They
any
got Mark
fucking
Andrews
receivers.
and they got Isaiah
That's it.
Likely.
Isaiah Likely is like, okay, yeah, he's
And they got Rashad Bateman.
yeah, Bateman, exactly. Like they don't have any receivers outside of Mark Andrews. Even the running game can't stay healthy. J.K. Dobbins hasn't been healthy for fucking 2 years now.
So maybe they should draft the receiver. A lot of good receivers this year in the draft.
Yeah, but then you got to go through the whole fucking developing this guy and blah blah blah.
You gotta
Like,
develop the guy.
I feel like the Ravens are in a win now mode with Lamar, and
So you think they should
I don't
sign
know.
a receiver? There's no good receivers out there. Maybe they could trade for one.
Trade for one, pay Lamar, maybe not what he's at, 250 mil guaranteed. Like that's a lot of money for somebody who can't stay on the field.
I think they are in agreement on the total amount, but I heard that they're as much as $100 million off on guaranteed money.
On guaranteed, yeah, it was like 133 guaranteed was offered, but he wants 250 or something like that.
Yeah, but they're like in agreement on the total length, and they're just like, yeah, we don't want to guarantee that. Like that's gonna
Because if he
destroy
gets
our
hurt,
fucking
like
cap.
that's not, yeah, dude. That's you can't blame the Ravens for that. Like he hasn't
No.
proven to them that
Look
he can
at
stay healthy
fucking
for a
Carson
full year.
Wentz, bro. Look at his fall off, dude.
Right. That contract was a fucking, looking back on it, was one
Yo,
of the
the
worst
Birds
contracts
made
of all
out fucking
time.
pretty after
Birds
signing
made
that
out-
contract, dude.
Yeah.
They made out good after that signing, dude.
They really did. They
All
really
things
did.
considered, they
All things
swallowed a
considered,
little bit of
like-
cap, but they got a good return on the picks.
That was best case scenario with that contract, dude.
A fucking initial second that turns into a first. Thank you much.
Yep. Yeah, sign me up. Speaking of the Birds, you want to get into a little Super Bowl talk? I
Yeah,
know
I
we
guess we
haven't been on. I've been kind of putting it off for 2 weeks now.
What I was gonna say actually during that conversation, the segue into it was, Jalen Hurts probably about to get a bag.
He should get a bag.
He should.
We were on Call of Duty last night, and we were talking about this, and Journey was like, I don't think Jalen Hurts has proven to me that he deserves that money. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, if you're doubting Jalen Hurts now, like, after the season that he just had, like, nobody's just,
Literally
like,
the best
randomly
single
good
performance by a quarterback in Super Bowl
in
history.
Super Bowl history. Nobody's ever put up numbers like that in a Super Bowl game. And he's, like, granted, like, his fumble could be like, oh, if he didn't fumble the ball and give up that score, like, you know what I mean? But there's so many different factors up to
The Eagles
why
didn't
we
make a
lost that game.
single stop in the second half. If they get one stop in the second half, you're at least getting overtime.
Dude, if we stop Kadarius Toney on that punt return, if we just tackle him where he's supposed to be tackled, that's a whole different game. The game is not on Jalen Hurts.
Honestly,
Like,
dude,
that loss
I'm
is
really
not
upset
on Jalen
with the
Hurts.
field.
Yeah, the grass.
The grass was bad, dude. That's our best fucking the best part of our team is our defensive line.
Yeah.
Maybe our offensive line. But like our defensive line was fucking useless because they couldn't get home. They were slipping every time they tried to set an edge and get around.
Yeah, I mean, dude, not even like
It was terrible.
Everybody, not even just like the Eagles, like everybody in that game was slipping on that field.
The Eagles slipped on like twice as many dropbacks that they rushed, and the Eagles were the only team that was changing their cleats.
Yeah. Did you see the pile of them at halftime?
And the guy that did the turf, he used to work for the Chiefs for mad long. He's done every Super Bowl ever, but he's also like during the regular season works for the Chiefs. You think he didn't give them a little inside scoop on what kind of grass they were using, bro?
And dude, how does that even like and I'm
That's
not
just terrible.
Listen,
if you want to put the best product out in the field, how is that the grass that you're fucking using?
Right. And listen, dude, like the Eagles lost the game. I accept that. Like I'm not making any excuses as to why they lost the game. They lost the game.
When you play on the worst field that I literally have ever seen an NFL
of
team
all
play.
time.
I've seen games in snow better than that.
Right, and why is that?
Birds-Bills snow fucking game where Shady's fucking hurdling people. Meanwhile, Boston Scott can't even make a fucking cut in Arizona. The stadium's in fucking side.
And why is that
Except
being
for that
used
one
for the
rushing play
biggest
where
game
he
of the
fucking
year?
cut 3 boys in a row.
Yeah. Oh, that was nice. That was sick.
Yeah, I saw that clip on Twitter afterwards, and it was like, this dude plays professional Rocket League and just does this in his spare time.
That's so true. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't think there's much on offense we could have done differently to beat. I think we did what we could have done on offense to beat them.
Dude,
I think
the
our
only
defense.
thing is people are saying, oh, they should have went for it on 4th and 3 on like your own 35. If you don't get that, that's a touchdown instantly.
It's a field goal at least.
I mean, it's a touchdown, dude. It's Patrick Mahomes and it's Travis Kelce. It's a touchdown.
Yeah. That's a risk I'm not really willing to take at that point in the game. Although I do know like our success rate on that QB sneak. Which did you see they're trying to like
ban
take that away now?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. The NFL like the past few weeks have just like
they hate Philadelphia.
Between that and the call, oh my god, dude, come on! Like what the fuck are you doing?
Did you see Goodell and Chris Jones after the game?
Like hugging it out afterwards?
Yeah, and he was like, "I don't care how you hit him." Blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, what? You're wild, and dog.
He said that?
Yeah, you could hear him like mic'd up. He's like, "Oh, like I don't care how you hit him."
I remember tweeting after that Super Bowl game. I remember, so we were at Jake's house watching the game. It was me, Jake, and Austin, like all the girls, and we were watching that. And I just remember leaving like at the same time as Austin, and we were both like, "Dude, that makes me never want to watch football again." Like seeing that call to end one of the greatest Super Bowl games of all time. And then, like, seeing Goodell, like, hugging it out. And it's just, like, also having Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me wrong. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a great guy, and I think he's a fantastic football player. But, like, after seeing the shit that went down in the Chiefs-Bengals game with some of the non-calls that were made in that game and then the call in this game.
Yeah,
I'm just
dude,
like, dude,
the NFL wants the Chiefs to win, bro. Dynasties are good. You can hype up Patrick Mahomes. He'll be fucking better than Brady. They're already talking about it.
Because Patrick Mahomes makes $500 million. He's their investment that they need to protect, dude. They need to show to everybody that he's the investment that we need to prove to be a good investment. Like, that's what it is. And the rest of the league is suffering.
And then you got the Browns who are like, yeah, we'll fall right in your trail. So Sean Watson, $250 million guaranteed.
Stupid assholes. God, dude. The Browns are so dumb.
Dude, it's terrible.
Dude, and it's just like, I felt every week we'd get on this podcast and we'd recap the Birds game, and it's like every week I just felt like, other than the few games that we lost when Jalen Hurts wasn't playing and the one Redskins game, I just felt like we kept getting like, you know, holy shit, like we're the real deal, we're the real deal, we're the real deal, and then to get to that top, like the highest point of our season as we're going into the Super Bowl, and we put up a fucking game against the Chiefs like this, we proved to everybody in the league that we're legit. Jalen Hurts proves that he's one of the best QBs. It's funny because people are still like, oh, they're frauds. Bro, we are not frauds because most of the games that we won were blowouts. Like, yeah, we had, like, a bad game against the fucking Colts. Like, okay, we had a bad game and we still fucking made it happen in the second half. And, like, you're going to have bad games and you're always going to overlook teams. And that's why it's so hard to basically go undefeated.
right?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts lost 1 game in the regular season. He lost 2 games in the entire year.
And
He's a stud.
Dude, I just don't get the
and
whole...
he fucking had an amazing Super Bowl, dude. He played so well in the Super Bowl.
He was the best player. He should have won Super Bowl MVP even though we lost.
100% he should have. Nobody was more valuable.
I will die
than him.
on that hill, dude. If Jalen Hurts was not our quarterback, we would have gotten destroyed that game.
Oh, 100%. It wouldn't even have been close. No contest.
My
put
whole
Gardner
thing
Minshew
is...
in there. Everyone's saying, oh, it's just the system. We put Minshew in there and they were fucking ass. Ass
dude.
cheeks. Bro.
Yes. My whole thing is I can't stand the whole, the Eagles had a cakewalk to the Super Bowl. One, what are we supposed to do? We don't make our own schedule. What are we going to lose those games because it's like, we have our
This would be a better
too
story.
Easy.
This would be a better story if the Giants beat us. It could be cool. Let's see if they can make a run.
Right. Like what?
No, we're going to fucking blow those bozos into the ground.
Right, dude. And it's like we're in the Super Bowl because of the position we put ourselves in. We got the number 1 seed in the NFC because we beat all of these teams in the regular season and like set ourselves up in this position to get into the postseason and play teams like the Giants and the fucking Niners, who obviously, didn't have a quarterback
goal,
in that game,
dude.
but we still blew them out, dude.
Be the best so you can play the worst in the playoffs.
Right.
That's literally the goal. That's what you want to do during the regular season.
I swear to God, people that just like, they literally just hate the Eagles to hate the Eagles.
100%. They hate. It's Philadelphia, dude.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Hate Philly.
It's so annoying,
dude, I'm telling
bro.
you, if you were a 4 Philly sports fan, like all of them, you'd be like, oh man, dude, motherfuckers really hate us because they hate us, bro.
I mean, dude, I get that with Yankees too. Like people hate the Yankees just to hate the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees get that too. But at the same time, the Yankees get love from the league.
Yeah, they're kind of like that's because they're their most profitable team. But like outside of that,
they're like the Pats and the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, outside of that though, like
the Chiefs right now.
Fans.
No,
like,
yeah, the fans
and
media. Yeah, the fans for sure. They either like a lot
2017,
of
2017, the MVP Aaron Judge should have 2 MVPs. He was fucking robbed of MVP with Jose Altuve. If you look at his numbers, there was one thing.
Yeah.
There was one metric Jose Altuve beat Aaron Judge out on, and I think it was like batting average or some bullshit like that. And they chose fucking because Houston was like, oh, like we're up and coming, we're in the World Series, blah blah blah, and also fuck the Yankees. Like, dude, are you kidding me? It's just I can't stand bias in sports like that, dude. Like I get like being a fan and having your bias, but like when it comes to like large media and like national media having bias and like pushing narratives, that's what I can't stand.
That's how I feel about Embiid last year.
100% with the MVP. Same thing, dude.
I'm
Embiid
like, bro,
and Jokic.
if you watched a fucking basketball game last year, you knew that Embiid was dominating, bro.
Yeah.
He was changing the game in every single aspect. The entire time he was on the floor, he was like changing the game, right? And Jokic could disappear. He wasn't like, I mean, Embiid will like bring the ball up and shit. Like he'll have the ball in his hands, and he's a lot more confident with the ball in his hands, so he's able to do a lot more. So like he can inflict the games in different ways, right? And it's like, bro, how? Like the fucking Nuggets fans made up new things that don't even
exist. Yeah, like new.
They made up new stats. They found new stats. That's literally what it was. And they were like, "Oh, look at this stat, and this is what it measures." And I'm like, I don't know, like F4, but like the first F4, and but like weird, like offensive versions of F4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Jokic gets hella assists and he gets hella boards too. Like Jokic is more of an assist guy. He gets more triple doubles. That's the thing.
Dude, Jokic is like arguably the MVP again this year, and he was picked like 7th in the All-Star game because he just plays a boring brand of basketball. It's not like
and
you know what I mean?
He got picked first, and he wasn't even selected as a starter originally.
Yeah,
he's only a starter because KD was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first fucking dude ever to have 30 plus. It's either to have 30 plus or to lead the league in points per game and not be selected as an all-star starter.
It's the narrative, dude. It's just the fucking national media narrative that like plays into everybody's brain.
I don't know how much of that is fan driven.
What do you mean?
Like I don't know how much the all-star games like starters are decided by fans.
Fan votes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Dude, there has to be a better way to like figure this shit out because fans are obviously biased, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't rely on every fan to have like a logical take on everybody across. Like if you have a favorite team, everybody's biased towards their favorite teams to some
Yeah.
degree. There has to be a better way to figure this stuff out because when it comes down to like MVP, it just needs to be players in the league. They need to have the votes.
Or like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like make it all the players.
Players know the game the best. They know the
all the
players
head
within
coaches.
the game the best. And yes. No
and
writers,
all the media, all the writers.
You want the media and the writers to
Dude,
be
at
part of
that point, if you have all the players and all the coaches, that's mostly dudes in the NBA, right? There's like 200 something dudes in the NBA. Almost
Right.
300, I think. Maybe more. So then you have like 100 writers, right? They're like, ultimately, the writers will only make up like 100 out of 400 players, only 25%. And the players are...
Yeah, but the writers, I feel like, are just as bad as fans. Some of them.
Yeah, for sure. But they're doing it now, so like let them keep doing it. But now you're like, okay, now you're just going to be an influence on it, like a small influence on it. But like, ultimately, the league and the coaches are going to be the ones with the power.
Yeah, that's fair. Fuck. Thought I had another beer up here, but I don't.
All right, like let's see, how many people vote on NBA All-Star? No, that's not what I want. Fuck the All-Stars. MVP. I need a Jamie, bro.
Jimmy, yeah, did you see that video I sent? And I think it was Fucked Sports, where it was like him and Ben Shapiro going back and forth about Ratatouille.
Yes.
It's like, Jamie, pull up my favorite scene. It's just like the second of him like stamping on the rat and popping out like the beans of his mouth.
NBA fans have been allowed to vote online for NBA MVP since 2010.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with fan voting, to be honest.
No, dude, what the fuck is the point? Well, who the fuck votes on it? That's what I need to know. How many people?
It's probably just like the Writers Association of the league, because that's what it is for like Hall of Fame votes for baseball, which I think is stupid.
They gotta have like better stats for this shit that can show me all the fucking people, like all the actual votes or like the number of votes. I don't know. Oh, panel of 100.
There's 100 total.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. 65, 26, and 9. Whatever that math is, I don't know. That's 91. Yeah, 100.
That doesn't seem like that much.
No. So then, how many players are in the NBA?
I'm gonna guess like 250.
$450.
450. Oh Jesus.
15 players per team, 30 NBA teams.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was 12 and 32. Still, that math doesn't add. I'm not claiming to be good at math. So,
what would 12 and 30 do? All right, let's do math real quick. 12 players per team. That'd be 360, right? So let's just say let's say there's like a minimum minutes. You have to play a certain amount of minutes,
right,
to be eligible to vote, right? Let's say it's 360, and then there's 30 coaches. So you got 390, and only 100
writers.
100 writers, that's almost 400. And if it was 400, you'd make up 20, or you make up 80% of the whole.
Yeah, I could get with that. I could get down with that.
Did we just fix fucking NBA MVP voting?
I think we just fixed, like, I mean, you could do that with any sport. I think it should be that way for everyone. Yeah. Why? But see, if two assholes on a podcast can figure that out, why can't fucking large fucking corporations do it? I don't understand.
Because they don't think about it, dude. They're like, how are you going to do this? It's like a last-second decision.
Go to the writers.
Just let the writers do it.
Let the fans vote.
Who did it last year? Yeah, we'll let those guys.
Yeah,
those
keep going.
Again.
As long as
one
my
of them
pockets
died.
are getting fat.
I don't know. Tell their son to do it for them. Send it to their estate. See what they send back.
This is obnoxious, dude. There's just so many better ways to do sort of like Hall of Fame MVP voting in sports, and it's just we just figured it out in 10 minutes. You can't fucking figure this out.
It should be about the players,
right? They know what's best. They're fucking in it and in and out of it every single night. Like they know who's the best player in the NBA. Like they can use statistics.
Their own.
Yeah, they should, and then we should
NBA
compare
players,
and be like, "Oh, told you."
Or NBPA MVP. You know what I mean? Like they select their own MVP. They do all their own awards like that. If they did that,
bro.
dude, that could become bigger, and then they'd be like, "Fuck the league, we're doing our own shit."
Yeah, they should do that because I feel like a lot of people would take their votes more serious than
yes, sir.
Fans and writers. God damn, the cigar gave me the hiccups.
Maybe we should tell him to do that.
Should we write to him?
I might. Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Say, hey, get your shit together, all right? Listen to the random roommates while you're at it.
And then we can talk about, maybe starting up a fucking soccer hockey league.
Soccer hockey. Listen, we got this crazy idea for soccer hockey and drone paintball.
No, I think it's hockey soccer.
Hockey soccer. No, that sounds too much like hacky sack.
That's fair. But I think it's more like soccer.
Yeah, so it would be soccer hockey.
No, it'd be hockey soccer.
But if it's more like soccer, then wouldn't you put soccer first?
No, you're explaining the soccer. So
What?
it's like that's a red door. You're explaining the soccer. It's the hockey version of soccer. So it's like the red door, the red explains the door.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You said it's like the red door. I automatically went to real fake doors for some reason.
Yeah, it's like the real fake doors. You're talking about the doors, and what are they? They're real fake. And you're talking about the soccer.
Have you ever tried to open a door and it doesn't, and it opens and actually goes somewhere?
Not here, you haven't.
Oh God, I can't stop hiccuping.
Get it together, brother.
Man, it's going down outside, dude. I think we're getting bombed. You hear that? There's a B-52 flying over my head right now.
For real? For
real.
Damn, bro, the FBI guy, he been watching.
They said, "Oh shit, they're onto the soccer hockey."
Well, they're calling it hockey soccer. Can you believe
we gotta bomb these assholes before this podcast episode goes live.
Yo, maybe it's the NBA. Like, we heard what you said about MVP voting.
They've looked into the future, and if that goes down, then a whole lot of shit unfolds you don't want to start.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about what we would do if? I mean, this is a complete 180 from sports. Like,
all right,
complete. This might be a fucking 470.
Oh wow! Peace out.
Yeah,
peace out
dude. This is a huge peace out to the sports. Can we talk about what we would do if we got nuked?
Oh yeah.
All right.
You want to run around and go crazy,
dude? So. All right, so we're texting earlier today. Kenny, we're talking about some bullshit.
This was not
Kenny
today.
goes, "Yeah, it was. It was earlier today, or no, it was last night. It carried into this morning.
It was last night. I didn't see anything this morning."
So Kenny goes, "If Putin nukes us, like, what would you do? Like, what would your response be?" And I said, "Bro, if we get nuked, like, I'm turning my life into a game of Fallout 4, and I'm going out with glory. Like, I'm having fun, bro. I'm not caring about surviving." I'm not caring about, like, extending my life. I know I'm already fucked, and I know my life isn't going to be back to the way it was.
How long do you have to lay low for?
That's the thing, dude. See, I feel like the Doomsday Preppers already got a step up on us on that shit because, like,
100%, bro.
I can't lay
I
low
saw
for
an
more than a
Airbnb
week with
with a
what I
crazy
got.
bunker,
Yeah.
like a crazy bunker, like a whole house, but it was like 8 safe doors to get there.
Oh, damn. You'd have
Yeah,
to
bro.
lay. You'd have to lay super low.
So low, dude. But here's the thing: what if
Shorty got
power
low,
goes
low,
out?
low, low.
Like who's keeping the power on? Do you have solar panels somewhere? And are they gonna survive the nuke?
Dude, it's nothing is surviving. Like, unless you're underground, nothing is surviving.
What if you like don't get hit directly, right? But it's like just you gotta go lay low because it's so toxic. You got super fucking nuked.
I'm gonna look up how long you would have to lay low. It's probably gonna be months and years, dude, because you can't just like walk out after the bomb explodes and be like, I survived, because you're gonna get torched. How
Maybe
long
though. It definitely depends
does
how far you are. But like we would get nuked. We'd be close enough. It would affect us.
you think I would be?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? If it hit New York
Yo,
City,
they're
you
not
think I'd
coming
be
with
fucked?
one nuke, bro. You think they're gonna be like, yeah, we're just gonna toss a nuke over here, see what
dude,
happens.
they're also not gonna fucking target Wilmington, North Carolina, bro. They're gonna
No,
hit New York,
they're just
Chicago,
gonna-
LA.
They're just gonna fucking shotgun the U.S., bro. They're gonna pepper us with nukes.
Do you like genuinely believe in the U.S.'s like defense? Like, do you think if somebody actually tried to nuke us, do you think we could defend it?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
We'd be struggling with non-nuclear things.
We'd be struggling with COVID-19. I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like we spend so much money on military and defense. Like, I feel like there's a lot of shit we don't know about. Like,
I wonder if there's like a lot of shit hidden under Department of Defense.
there has to be. There has to be like so much, dude.
All the Area 51 bullshit.
All that, like, there's probably technology like we couldn't even wrap our minds around that they have. There has to be. We spend trillions of dollars on it, dude. Where the fuck is all that money going? It's not lining the pockets of politicians because they don't have that much money.
I don't know if they even make a number for how much money we spend on fucking Department of Defense.
Yeah, I don't think that number exists. I think it's just like an endless amount of whatever you need.
Exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Like, I don't know. I saw a TikTok video the other day of like the U.S. military. It was like a U.S. military hype video, and I was like, it was like for the first time in a while, I was like, oh, dude, we're them boys. Like, we're built different when it comes to military defense and shit. And then you see like how Russia's like been invading Ukraine, and they're like pretty much losing a war to Ukraine, which is like mind blowing because how the fuck, like, Russia's a giant fucking country with a huge military. How are they like barely getting by trying to invade Ukraine? Yeah, but, like, it comes to us, dude. Like, we really don't fuck around. Like, yeah, we kind of fucked around when we were in Korea and Vietnam and those wars, but like now, dude, like, I really don't think we're one to fuck with. Like, I
wouldn't pick on the U.S.
Yeah, like, I really like when most other countries like depend on us for military aid, and I'm like, oh shit, like, imagine living in a country where we need to depend on like fucking France to like bail us out of wars and stuff. Like that's not a fear that Americans have when it comes to war.
We own most of the land.
Like in our country.
The only people that could invade us are Canada and Mexico.
Like, easily invade us. Like, China
I
has
guess
the
China
numbers to
could come busting at us. I'm sure like they could be like, all right, we're gonna go snag Hawaii right quick. Pearl Harbor.
But even then, if China goes after Hawaii, dude, I feel like we're gonna be all over that so fast. They're not even gonna have a chance to fucking, unless they come through Canada and Canada's like, all right, go ahead, like, we'll let you, or Mexico, and they're just like, go ahead. But even then, dude, like, I feel like technology is just at a point where it's either like the only way to invade is to nuke.
Yeah, and I don't know if we can defend against a nuke.
I feel like we could. I feel like we could to an extent.
But like, it's gotta fall at some point, right? Or like,
no,
like
most
how does that shit work when the
most
bomb
military,
is coming at you?
yeah, most military defense systems that are like defending against stuff like that, and this is, I'm speaking strictly off of my knowledge of like the WMD class that I took in college, is like air defense. So like they detect stuff that happens before it even comes close, and it's like shot down over Pacific Ocean or some bombs go up into space and then come down to be undetected, and they can detect that, or like there's like a stealth bomb, like we have stealth bombers and stuff that detect all this stuff before it comes close to even like. But who knows? Like I feel like you just don't know.
You don't think that somebody can sneak one in?
No, I don't think you can just sneak a nuke. I don't think. I don't think you
one in the back door when you're not looking.
I don't think you can casually shoot a nuke at somebody and then like it hits and they're like, oh, fuck, did we just get nuked?
Can you casually infiltrate their fucking systems and turn their shits off and then shoot a nuke at them?
Listen, that's the thing. Like cybersecurity, like if you can take down somebody's defense before you nuke them and then shoot a nuke at them, that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Because with that shit,
why
like
can't
hacking
you make
is
it
like,
hard to fucking get back online either?
I'm sure you can, but also like
right,
I'm sure
bro,
it's
like,
very hard to like infiltrate.
susceptible?
Everybody's susceptible to some degree, but I think our defense is just to like a strong point enough to where, you know, we could defend. Like if North Korea tried to nuke us, I wouldn't be worried about that. Like I think we would wipe them off the map within 10 minutes. But if China came at some shit with us and like they were like, all right, yo, Russia, let's go fuck up the US, and they like banded together, like that's kind of scary.
You think it's scary? We're fucking lending half of our shit to Ukraine and they're doing a solid job against Russia. I don't know if I'm too scared of Russia.
After seeing this shit with Ukraine and Russia, I don't think I'm too scared of Russia. I think I'm more scared of China, like working with somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Get the attack on both fronts.
Russia, like, is like, you think of Russians, you're like, oh yeah, like they're like fucking hardcore Russians, but China just doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No, they
don't.
Like,
yeah, we're communists and we don't give a fuck what you think. We'll do what we want. They really don't care. Like, and North Korea is kind of on the same level, but they're like, it's like, dude, you're like pipsqueak version of China. Like, relax. Like, you're all talk. You're all bark. You just learned how to fucking shoot nukes like 20 years ago. Like, calm down.
Yeah, honestly, they're lucky that we don't go invade them for their crimes against humanity.
For real, dude. And it's like, I feel like the only reason we haven't is because it's like, they have.
We don't want to start that.
We don't want to start that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see the Joe Rogan episode with Yanmei? I think that's her name.
Was that the one where she like escaped North Korea or whatever?
Yeah, she escaped from North Korea.
Yeah, I think we talked about that like months ago.
Yeah, dude, it was dope.
I saw clips of it, but I didn't watch the full episode.
She's got a book. I put it on my list. Now she's all talking, and she's like, dude, you can't be fucking communist in America, and like we're going to a really bad place. She's like, the shit that we talk about in like my college courses in America, I hear these things, and like it's crazy. She's like, it's something like what I would have thought. Like you're going down the wrong path, and you're like, whoa.
I mean,
and it's all the woke shit, and I'm like, whew.
Dude, I'm not on board with the woke shit like at all. Like, I mean, this is kind of off topic, but I saw a video of this teacher, and she was explaining like some of like this class that she does. Not even a class, just like a segment that she does in her class, and it's like teaching about like pronouns, and the pronouns are literally like XE, XI, XEH, and I'm just like, bro. Dude, I like I'm an ally to gay people and trans people and all that, but like, if you're pushing pronouns down people's throats and like trying to get like, nobody is special enough to where it's like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. And it's like, why are we wasting like our education system on shit like this? Like there's like people in China are learning about so much more important shit than using the proper pronoun for people.
School system is like advancing. Like they're learning how to do shit. Like they're not
wasting their time trying to like respect people's pronouns. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about your pronoun. Like I'll use what I can use to like respect you in a conversation, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like learn all this extra shit that doesn't make any sense. And it's like there's so much more important shit that like we need to be teaching like the youth of this country more so than like, oh, the pronouns XE, XI, Z, Z, Z.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Like, dude, what?
It's weird, bro. Some of the curriculum is weird. Like I've been seeing stuff. I don't know how true it is. I see it on like TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, who knows if any of this is true, bro? Like everything we see online could just be a fucking fabricated lie, and we have no idea. So if you're listening to this, like I'm speaking out of my ass. Nothing I say is like, you know, has really any fucking truth to it. I'm just speaking my opinions.
Yeah, nothing Johnny says is true.
Right, except for the fact that the Yankees are going to win the 2023 World Series.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
No, they didn't
If I
even get
didn't
better.
think so, would I be a real fan, dude?
No, they
Right.
didn't even get better this offseason.
Yes, they did.
Nope.
They signed Carlos Rodon, bro. We have the best pitching
Yeah,
rotation in baseball. What are you talking about?
but
Garrett
what
Cole,
about when you
Carlos
get cold?
Rodon, Nestor Cortez, fucking Luis Severino. That's our 1 through 4 right there. Kid me?
I don't know.
I do know.
You think you guys are gonna bring in Shohei? He's leaving. What's he gonna do? He's coming to New York.
See, the thing is, before he came over to the MLB, he like kind of said he didn't want to play in New York because he didn't want the bright lights and all that. And it's like,
Maybe he wants it now. Maybe he sees
first
what
of all,
Judge
I
got.
mean, I wouldn't doubt that. But dude, Carlos Rodon had a fucking gem of a quote the other day, and he was talking about he was like asked about playing like the pressure in New York, and he was like, I love it. There's something about Yankees fans that I love. He's like, no matter what you do, win or lose in San Francisco, you're not going to get booed. So he was like, in New York, like he's like they're passionate and like I love the fact that they actually care. And I was like, dude, those are the types of players that we want to see on the Yankees. Like if you're not with that fucking mentality, then we don't care. Like leave. We don't. It's not that we don't like you. It's nothing personal. But if you play bad, we're gonna boo you. It's nothing against the person you are. It's just we want to see a winning team. That's all it is.
Yeah, and we expect a lot out of you. That's how Philly is.
Right. People, a lot of fan bases just don't get that, dude. And it's like, oh, you're booing our players. They do respect them. It's like, we do respect them, but we want to see them like succeed and play well.
That's because they're all woke. Woo.
Yep. Look at that, full circle.
Doing great.
Oh man.
So you don't think Shohei goes to New York? I don't think they're going to want to pay him. They barely wanted to pay Judge, and I think he wants to get paid.
I don't think it's a fact that they barely wanted to pay Judge. I think they were kind of waiting to see how much he was going to get paid, like if he weren't to play for New York. Like they didn't want to overspend if they didn't have to, but then they saw what he was worth, and also it helped the fact that he wanted to stay as a Yankee. So like,
yeah, and they offered him captain just to kind of sugar him up.
Right. I mean, if Shohei is open to the idea of signing. The other thing with him is, dude, you don't know how long he's going to pitch for. Like, a two-way player like that. Shohei would probably be our third.
Well, he would make you a 5. You know what I mean? Because you just said you had 4.
Yeah, but he wouldn't
make you 5.
He would make us 5 complete. He wouldn't be our 5th, though. Wait,
dude,
if Nestor Cortez is our 5th, that's disgusting, bro.
I don't know. The dude didn't even win a Cy Young.
Dude, he came close. He got votes.
Well, you told me he was going to win. You told me
he was going to on the first 2 months.
And when I only put $5 on him, you said, "Bro, you're only going to put $5 on that." And
I would have put 10. I would have slapped a 10 on him. You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I respect it, dude.
So then I lost 10.
The faith was there, though, dude. I respect it. Listen, like. He's a Cy Young.
You're not getting me again this year,
dude. April's gonna come around like mid-April, and Nestor's gonna have like a fucking 1.73 ERA
and
through like
probably
4
win
starts.
It this year.
And I'll be like, dude, Nestor, Cy Young, throw some money down. And you're like, nah, fuck that. Miss me with that. I tried that last year, and then he's gonna actually win it this year. Oh man, I can't wait for baseball season, dude.
I think Verlander's going to come out hot, and you're going to tell me to put money on Verlander, and then he's going to lose it.
Nah, I'll never tell you to put money on Verlander.
And then you'll be like, man, I should have listened to my first self that said, Houston Astros pitchers are no good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I liked Verlander up until he was on the Astros and the Mets.
Get hot.
Verlander on the Tigers, big fan. Goes to the Astros, fuck you.
Yeah, that's true,
Goes to the Mets.
Dude.
Fuck you too.
Verlander on the Tigers was different.
Yeah, he really was. Scherzer and Verlander on the Tigers. That was now they're on the Mets together.
It's crazy to think that that's like still the same career and they're still doing it. That feels like
another
that was
lifetime
so to me,
long
dude.
ago, dude. I know.
It's wild.
Wild times we live in,
dude. For sure. These times are wild. So what do you think about Jonathan Gannon leaving the Birds?
I'm okay with it. I feel like the Eagles' defense is just going to always be the Eagles' defense.
I agree,
I feel like it's kind of just like built into our culture. I feel like he was never great at making adjustments, which was the most annoying part about him.
Yep. No adjustments.
But who knows, dude? Like we are losing some guys to free agency this year that I don't think will re-sign.
Who do you think we lose?
Hargrave, right? He's a free agent.
Yeah, he might be gone.
Yeah, he might be gone. That might be tough, but like I don't know, dude. Jordan Davis in his second year is probably gonna be
he's
fine.
good if he can stay healthy, dude. I'm with that, bro. And we might lose a linebacker possibly. I think maybe one or two of them is up for free agency. But then maybe in a Kobe Dean steps up.
Right.
If not,
right.
he has a chance to.
He should.
I feel like we have enough good players to still be good. Got to re-sign CJ.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I think they might franchise tag him if they re-sign him, if they pay Jalen. Yeah, he was a big part of our secondary. I don't know. Who do you think we go after in the draft? Do you think we go after another guy for like a safety or somebody middle linebacker maybe? It's got to be a guy on the defense, right? Our offense is fine. First round at least.
Yeah. I mean, maybe pick up a lineman. You can never have too many good linemen.
Right. Yeah.
Right? But if not, like if there's like a good safety there or a good corner, maybe.
Yeah.
Corners don't have very long lifespans. You got to get them while they're hot.
That's true, and I feel like it's almost easier to get them while they're hot, like via trade. Like Jalen Ramsey, true. Maybe, dude. Like,
but you always get them late when you trade for him. You always get them late because even when you're good, you get burnt. So when you're mediocre or like when you're like great, you still get burnt. So when you're like decent, like before you like really break out, you still get burnt. And people see that more in film. It's hard to be like, oh, let me go trade for this guy before he breaks out. You almost have to like get lucky with DBs. I feel like.
Yeah, that's very true. That's so true. That's like that kind of happened with Nnamdi Asomugha. Remember when we acquired him?
Yeah, and he was like good. He was solid, like dude, like stud, all pro player. But he wasn't what he was at his peak.
Right.
He had corners have like 2 or 3 years at the top, and then they fall off, and they're like decent.
I feel like Darrelle Revis was really the one guy that was there.
Darrelle
Revis
top stuck around for a while. He's
years.
like a Larry Fitz.
Yeah, he really was. Richard Sherman even he was up there for a bit. Up there for a while.
Yeah, he stuck around, but
he fell off hard though.
He did fall off.
His fall off was hard.
Yeah, but he was solid for a good number of years.
Yeah,
and like kind of Jalen Ramsey, like he's kind of at that point.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, like if we went out and got Jalen Ramsey, I wouldn't be excited as much as I would like. I wouldn't be excited. No, I'd be like, oh, cool.
Like, but like, how long is Sauce nice for? Because he might be the top DB in the league right now.
Yeah. But like, dude, I feel like Jalen Ramsey.
I'm not saying he is, but
Jalen Ramsey brings that. Like his personality fits Philly so well.
I don't like Jalen Ramsey. I don't want him.
I don't like the way he goes carries himself, but like on the field, dude, he's a dog. He's kind of a dog.
Don't want him.
Is he a free agent this year?
No, but they're just probably going to trade him because they got no picks. They gave up all their picks to get everything, so now they're thinking about trading and selling out and kind of rebuilding.
Yeah, I mean the Rams kind of need to.
Yeah, bro, they got a lot of old dudes on.
They really sold their soul for that Super Bowl.
They did, and it worked. The parade sucked.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Birds do in this upcoming draft.
Yeah, and Steichen's gone too, so we need an OC and a DC. And you gotta know Hurts is getting paid.
Hurts is getting paid. That's got to be priority number one.
Lane's coming back. Jason, please come back.
Please, I'm begging Jason Kelsey.
Dude, he's got 2 more good years left minimum, dude.
Yeah. He's arguably the best center in the league.
He is arguably the best center in the league. He's if you say he's not top 5, you're literally not watching the same brand of football. You're watching something else. You're watching the XFL. You're like, I didn't even know this Jason Kelsey.
Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, dude. And I just I need another a year or 2 of podcast content from him while he's an active player. I love that podcast, dude. New Heights.
I don't really listen to it too much.
Oh, dude, it's so good. You gotta listen to it when you can.
I see the clips. I know, dude. I should just start listening to that shit more. I'm gonna get on it. Maybe I'll listen to it tomorrow.
There you go. You know what I'm listening to tomorrow?
Random
Logic's
roommates?
new album.
You're not listening to the random roommates? Dude?
Can't say I will. I was here. I lived it. Why do I gotta listen to it?
Big facts, me too.
No, College Park is gonna be a banger, dude. He had like a listening party last night for fans in LA, and they said it was fucking awesome. So I'm excited for that. Especially on a Friday. There's nothing better than like having a Friday where you can just fucking like, the weekend's like right there, and you got some good music to listen to, and just vibe out, just some new shit.
I hope it's good. I wonder what it's gonna be like. Logic's always different. Like all his albums are different.
Dude, since his last 3 albums, he's been like on his fucking like his last 3 albums. Well, 2, including this one, 3.
Well, the last one had like all the skits in it and shit. Like it was like a very
Vinyl
different
Days?
album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was also 30 tracks long, so it was like
Right. So like if it's on shuffle and like you don't have all the skits in there, like it's cool because you can do it. Like you don't have to listen to all the skits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the songs on there were all good. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but it's like it was still kind of long. Like it's not like your typical album.
Yeah.
Like most people.
This one's only 17 tracks, and I don't think there's any skits on it. There might be 1 or 2, but like from the track list that I saw, like didn't look like any skits.
Are there a lot of features?
You know what? Let me pull up the track list right.
So
quick.
is he doing his own? Is he on his own label?
He's independent now.
Yeah.
And this track list looks fucking awesome, dude. So, where is it? So we got Cruising Through the Universe is the first track, and then we got Wake Up and Lightsabers, which are 2 and 3, and they've both already been released. Lightsabers is the one I sent you the other day. It's fucking 5. Wake Up is good too. And then we got Clone Wars 3, Red Pill 7, 6, 7, 6. I don't know. It's in fucking. It's VII, whatever Roman numeral that is.
7.
And then Playwright featuring Andy Hull, which that could be a skit. And then Gaithersburg Freestyle featuring, I don't know, it doesn't say. It says featuring C something, but I can't see like the full thing. And then we got Incipio, which I've heard like a verse from already because he posted it on TikTok, and that's a good ass song. Self Medication featuring Seth MacFarlane, might be a skit.
Probably a skit.
Yeah. Then we got Shimmy featuring Joey Badass, which is gonna be.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that one. Heavy,
yeah, I like
dude.
Joey.
Been waiting on a Joey and a Logic song forever.
Yeah, I like that.
Paradise 2, which I've heard is good.
With Kid Cudi?
No, it's Nora Jones. That one came out already. That's like Paradise from The Incredible True Story. It's the second one of that. It's good. It's like nothing crazy, but it's good. And then
all I can think of is Paradise.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I don't know what song that is. It's probably called Paradise though.
I think that's like not 21 Pilots, but that's like Coldplay or something.
I don't know, but it's nice.
Then he's got Come On Down with a feature. Ooh. Jordan H. something, I don't know. Village Slum. And then he's got High Life, which is good. It's a fucking stoner vibe. I love that song. And then he's got one that's 38.9897 north, 76.9378 west, which is, I think it's the coordinates for College Park, where he grew up. And then he's got AO featuring Bun B and Lil Kiki, and then Lightyear. 17 songs, and it's just over an hour. So.
Not bad. Maybe I'll listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get through my meetings that I have in the morning and then load it up on the fucking Bluetooth speaker and let it rip.
Dude, so I'm golfing tomorrow in the morning, but I might have to work afterwards, which is kind of a bummer.
That would suck. Especially on a Friday.
Yeah. But I most likely have to work because there was shit that I was supposed to be able to do this week, but I didn't get to do because of the other shit that I had to do this week, so.
Well, you live and you learn. Am I right?
Yeah. But hey, we've been on here for over a couple hours. I don't know if this is our worst one yet. We said it was going to be because we're getting high and shit, but
this one was
how about we
good.
wrap it up? Not too bad.
Yeah, let's wrap this bitch up and be back at it next week.
Hope you guys were hanging out with us for a little time. I definitely enjoyed it. I think I'm going to enjoy myself a little more this evening. Maybe I'm going to get some dinner. I haven't eaten yet.
I also haven't eaten yet, and I know Maggie's making tacos right now.
It's about 9 o'clock here, and I haven't eaten. I ate around 9 o'clock last night, so I'm really right on par.
There you go. What are you having?
Probably chicken and some roasted potatoes.
Nice, dude. I hope you fucking enjoy that chicken and roasted potatoes.
I hope your tacos are slap city.
Me too, man. Me too.
And I hope all you lovely people have a beautiful weekend or whenever you listen to us. I hope the rest of your day is great as well.
Just
Go
have a
hug
beautiful
somebody.
life.
Smile at somebody. Smooches.